round little like American bulldog walking down the street.
No, just like one of those little bouncy bulldogs or basketball dog.
Fat dog for midterms.
Is that a sex thing, Rolls?
I wish. Community.
Oh,
Oh, God.
gotta get that water.
You know, I've watched so few shows that I can actually quote pretty much verbatim just because I spend so much time with you.
I don't reference Community that often with you.
I know, but it's the newest kid on the block.
Oh yeah, because it used to be How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, and Big Bang Theory. Didn't watch either of those shows, but goddamn it if I didn't know those shows.
I didn't really like Big Bang Theory. Yeah.
Ironically speaking, a pop culture show trying to glorify nerds ruins them.
Exactly. There were some good episodes though, like the ones where they dressed up to go to the Star Trek convention.
I feel the same way about nerdy characters that I feel about everything else. As long as you don't try to like force it down your throat and it just kind of is, then it's good.
I agree.
Like, you know, I'm all for gay characters and stuff. And that Voltron show, the new Voltron cartoon, I was like, you know, that was done really well. He was just a normal ass dude, and then later in the show, he's like my boyfriend, and then no one says anything, and that's it. And it's just like, okay, get it. You don't have to show me a scene of him like railing a guy over the side of a building.
Yeah, they did the same with that Black Sails. Was it Black Sails? The one of the pirates that turned out to be gay, but they didn't reveal it until like the second season. That
was the only time it came up. They didn't have to have him be like, yes, and I'm super gay every time.
Yeah, I like it where being gay is not their personality. Like Captain Holt.
Yeah. Like, any character trait can be done well as long as you don't make them one-dimensional based on it.
Alright, I think we have everyone. Sound off.
Kamal's here.
Oh, ready to punch!
Alright. So, you gentlemen have had quite a day. You started off fighting a giant boar and then a warehouse brawl, stopping over at a tavern where you slept for 6 hours and lost most of the day, and then proceeded into the trade districts at a time when the rake gangs had effectively taken over. And you've decided to end it with a nightcap in the pit. Drugelheim's literal human trash dump. Just a field of despair and pain. And you've made it to one of the few buildings over here. A large, well-furnished, kind of Louisiana-style manor house, but it's only one floor with a very nice deck and well-plaid curtains. Kind of an oddity, considering the fact that everyone else is living in tents or squat shack. You went to knock on the door, but before you could, you were invited in. And that is where we begin.
Okay. So.
Alright, so we are at the Voodoo Guy shack, right?
Yep.
Alright, Ryan, we were discussing...
He was molesting chairs.
Hang on,
What's up?
My cats are fighting.
Oh, I want to see who wins.
Pause everything. Cat.
Fight. Wow.
But yes, Rolls was molesting chairs. We had Kamal going to knock on the door. And then I don't know what Avon and Peppa were doing at this point.
We were pretty much just standing there watching Scarfin molest a chair.
Oh, that's right. You said it was
weird.
unmolested, and I molested it.
Yeah, that was weird. I remember that. Alright, so we were talking about... We're going to ask this guy to take both the tusks that we have and we were thinking about making gauntlets for Pet Bar,
Hmm.
Bracers.
but
of
we've
defense.
instead talked about making bracers of defense because they'll give you an extra 2 defense, 2 attack, or
yeah,
2 armor class.
Yeah, plus 2 AC.
Okay.
If we could do that.
If we could do that, so
Oh.
I'd like to knock on the door, and we'll talk to him about hawking up some tusks and what it's going to cost us to make these bracers for Pet Bar, so we can get him some extra armor class.
All right. As you go to knock on the door, once again, before you strike it, come in. The door is open. Tea ready.
I suppose we should walk right in then.
Let's head on in. I'm not going to kick this door down. That would be rude in this situation.
The first door opened manually.
Can somebody else do it?
Is this
I
what
feel weird.
handled this?
I feel weird doing it. Can somebody else open the door?
I will open it.
Thank you.
Kamal's just sitting there, just like, I don't actually know how to open this without kicking them.
Yeah.
What do I do?
What is this device?
You do watch Avon come over and like grab this weird metal object sticking about halfway around the door, and it twists, and you see the door open, and you learn something today.
So that's how that works.
Inside the it's not really a shop so much. There are several tables, several stacked on top of each other, but rather than selling products, it seems like this is a greenhouse of sorts. There's large sconces hanging from the ceilings that give off a strange greenish yellow glow that shine down on just an assortment of plants in pots or in seed beds that are growing up throughout these. Anyone proficient in nature can roll to identify these, otherwise you proceed on.
I believe I'm proficient in nature, actually. Let me see here.
I don't think I am.
I am not.
I would either.
Who needs plants?
I have 2.
Do you have the check mark in it?
No.
No. Kamal is.
I am.
Um.
Ugh.
The fuck's a plant? What's a door?
What is
These
this?
are-
What is that?
These are not plants that grow in mountainous terrain, and you haven't really traveled into the forest or the swamps or the groves of the lowlands to be able to identify what these plants are or what their purpose is. Just with a basic knowledge of you are proficient in nature, you do notice that these plants would come from a variety of locations. Some are planted in sand and have very little water. Some are actually sitting in a water pond. So this is an assortment from around of multiple locations, but you can't tell what any of them actually do or what they're grown for.
Guys, we got a lot of weird plants here.
I could tell.
Traveling
Almost
through,
like to eat them. I care not for these plants.
Oh shit, I didn't even notice.
traveling through the room, past the various tables that are arranged, there is a spot where you see a fire in the background, and you travel toward that. There's a large desk of furnished wood, kind of like what a mafioso would use, except it's been worn down and faded, like somebody pulled it out of a dumpster and just put it here. And sitting behind it, with a mortar and pestle on one side, grinding down some herbs, while a kettle boils on a fireplace nearby, is an older black gentleman, wispy white dreads coming off the top of his head, and completely white eyes. Kamal, I need you to make a con save as you approach.
Sure thing. Do-do-do-do.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
this doesn't do any damage to you, but as you are walking through the room, at some point, you're not really sure where, you take a final step, and then a lancing pain generating from that spike in the back of your mind rockets through your head. You've managed to catch yourself before you pass out, but that spike that's already been dull and lifeless and been ignoring you is now completely gone. You still have your warlock spells. You still have whatever bonus health you got from the last time you activated Dark One's Blessing. But you don't think you'd be able to regain spell slots here. Something about the connection to your patron has been completely severed by this location.
Just by this building.
Yeah, as you've walked about halfway into the room and actually gotten an eyesight of the individual working the Morden Pestle, the connection to your patron cuts off immediately.
All right. Probably I gotta tell everybody, like, yo guys, I feel off in this place. I'm gonna sit down. Here's the tusk.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are gonna have to proceed forward on this. I'm stepping outside because I can't feel my patron spirit anymore. This is not a good spot for me to be in.
All right, so you got to leave.
Yes, but
Right.
I hand Pepar the other tusk that I am holding
Is
before I leave.
Is it
All
safe
right.
for us to split up? Should we maybe?
I'm just gonna go step out in the porch back before my connection snapped out here. Maybe I'll go sit in that chair you molested.
Veteran's chair.
I think he should be fine.
All right, make a charisma save, Kamal. This is for us.
Yeah.
To see if you want to molest the chair too, if you can.
It is a very molestable chair.
Anything come up?
Not Oh.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
an
Oh,
11.
I gotta
will
put
do
that on
it.
the list.
As
Pepper.
Before you even leave the room, like as you turn around, you pass over the tusks, you turn around and you start walking out. In the same way that the lancing pain had hit you to cut off the connection to the patron, at some point in this room, as you take one more step, all of a sudden, all that arcane power comes rocketing back, and the spike at the back of your mind of your patron is active, and it is looking at you. And roll an insight.
Sure thing. Do.
You think it might have panicked for a moment. Whatever the watcher is that rides around with you, the sudden loss of connection seems to have freaked it out as it's active and pulsating and pushing its will into your mind. And as soon as you come back, it like pauses and then goes back to being.
Oh, you missed me, huh, spirit?
I will say, you haven't actually left the room and the power has come back and the connection came back.
Is there any sort of symbols on the floor that would suggest what happened?
Roll Arcana checks.
Oh, that's not good for me.
An 11. There's nothing on the floor. You do know that the fires that are floating in the sconces on the ceiling are magical. They're not normal fire, they're green. And as you actually survey the room for why the Goliath just keeps stumbling and stuttering, the fires are arranged in a half circle where the man in the desk would be at the middle of the fires.
Before I step out of the room, back out to the porch, to the molestable chair, I want to call out to, "Ho there, Caro, witch doctor. Have you any gripe with my patron fiend?"
I have no problem with those of that nature, nor of those who strike their bargains. I just prefer they not come into my home
Understandable. I got you.
Would you be willing to allow this man's patron to join him in here?
I suppose I can be accommodating. And he snaps a finger, and one of the fires goes out.
I step back closer.
Your cooperation is much appreciated.
The connection remains. It grows weaker, but it's not cut off completely.
I'll still stay back here. You guys conduct our business.
Mr. Magic Man, we're here to conduct real business. None of this spiritual bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
My friend here needs some armor. Well, not really armor. Bracers made from these tusks. Hoping to make something of those, if you would please.
Mm. He takes the tusk. Where did you receive these?
We're pried off the corpse of a beast we slain.
What he said.
Powerful mojo in the killing blow of a death of passion. I could mayhaps do something, but it won't be cheap. Do not know if you have coin.
Got a little bit. How much coin would you estimate?
Would take one day in 700 coin, which I don't think, pardon my manner, you don't seem to be able to carry.
700 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
It's an uncommon magic item.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are familiar with a bargain, Goliath, are you not? Perhaps you'll strike one with me.
How I do? All right. What's your bargain, witch doctor?
I'd be willing to help with this, but you need to do something for me. And he gets up and he goes over to a shelf that's nearby with a cupboard on it, and he opens it. And he pulls out an item. Looks like a plate with several gemstones embedded in it. There's a design engraved on the plate that you can make an Arcana check if you're proficient in Arcana to identify. But 3 of the gemstones, 1 ruby, a sapphire, and an onyx, all vibrate with a different intensity. They glow and they hum, and the ruby is humming very, very loudly. Okay. Your patron, possibly because he's actually physically concerned about things that are going on in this room now, shows an unrealistic or an odd amount of attention at this point in time. This is the plate and the symbol on it is a ritual cast of protection from good and evil. And you're not quite sure what all of the runes mean, but it seems that whatever this plate does, it's designed to identify when otherworldly beings are impacting within a certain proximity plate.
Gotcha. Like my fiend right now, which is why the ruby is going crazy.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And he puts it down. I do not like when the other world take time in my city. This will be you, as he points to the ruby. This one, and he points to the onyx, is another I have spoken words to, and we have. And then he points to the sapphire that's vibrating. This one is. This one I want gone. And as you're looking at it, the onyx is vibrating, but it's a very faint one. The sapphire. It's not quite as intense as the ruby, but it's still pretty loud.
So it's close by, most likely.
Hmm.
All right.
You bring me proof of their death, and they will know. Bring me their trinket, similar to your ring, and I will know that you have done my. And I will accommodate you for your trophy.
All right. Let me. Can we get a quick team huddle real quick? Make sure everybody's down with this.
Sure.
By all means.
You guys all want to go kill somebody else who also has a connection to some variety of evil patron saint.
I would like to very much. Yes.
I would enjoy to punch this man.
All right, and then after we do this, we no longer have to spend 700 gold to get Peppar's sweet new bracers.
It's a very nice
Yeah.
pickup.
Sounds practical.
This sounds like a win-win to me. Huddle break. And then I got one last question for you, Caro. Can you give me any information as to what patron saint or what patron spirit we're going to be dealing with here? Any kind of heads up? Obviously, we know with Fiend is my guy. You've already talked to the Onyx. The Onyx. Who is this Sapphire? Can you give me any information about him? That way we're not going in blind.
The sapphire is the old, the ones we've. They are Narthaltop, Algondia, the ancient deep ones, the ones we buried in the oceans to keep from messing with our.
Kind of had a feeling it was going to be some kind of ocean spirit here, guys.
Just because it's blue.
Yep.
I'll let everyone make an Arcana or a History check or Religion check. Pick whichever one's better for you.
All right. Probably doing another Arcana check.
No, they're all -1 for me.
I know roll one, so here we go. Oh, I know things possibly.
I just got struck.
All right. Avon, you've heard those names, but you don't know the details about them. Generally speaking, it's ghost stories around a Vistani campfire of horrifying monstrosities and nightmares that become real. Pepar, somehow, you had a very, very extensive library in the monastery that you had to clean very, very often.
Had a cool picture on the cover.
And Kamal, these gods that he's speaking of aren't actually oceanic. They're not water deities. What it is they were incredibly powerful beings that fashioned themselves as gods that mainly operated by inflicting maladies and insanity on the world as a whole to convert followers and basically weave a wave of destruction and chaos.
Ooh.
It was honestly aeons ago, before any of the kingdoms or the world as we know it ever came to be. They were actually imprisoned and trapped beneath the ocean so that they could not impact the world. Though they have found ways. Through time and their own power, they've started to reach out into the world. Though to what degree, you're not sure.
Oh, I think this is some like Lovecraft Cthulhu guy. Gotcha.
I like it a lot.
Those are nothing but ghost stories. Scared
No.
children.
No, these are true.
Ghost stories they may be, but my gem glows, and I want it to stop.
This is a great evil. I must purify it from this world.
So I assume you're not going to let us take your sweet glowing gem thing to point us in the right direction. So you want to just like, just point us in the right direction. We'll start heading that way. This won't take us long.
I need everyone to make a intelligence save.
Ooh, all right.
Save? Okay.
Yes.
Actually.
Oh, my brain, it hurts!
Oh,
All our brains collectively hurt.
So dumb.
He takes a moment, and his eyes glow with a grayish white, and then they dim again. I'm thinking that you're already on the path, doing what I need.
Oh, that's not ominous.
Does that mean that, Johannes has it? Or does that mean that if we help Carlos, we'll find it?
Is Johannes the... Yeah, I'm assuming Johannes is the user.
Wait, isn't Carlos the person we're after, and also
Carlos is the individual in the pit.
in the
And
pit?
judging from the way that the gem is glowing, if being right next to it makes the ruby glow this much, and assuming that whoever the onyx is, they're on the other side of the river, the sapphire is probably somewhere in the pit.
All right, and if Caro is saying that we're already on the right path, I can assume that heading towards Carlos is probably going to take us towards this sapphire, correct?
You could probably make a safe assumption of that.
All right, so
As plan as any.
good a plan as any. Let's go kill two birds with one stone. Well, let's go kill a bunch of people with these fucking fists.
I like
like the way you're talking.
In the interest of accomplishing task. He once again goes over to another cupboard. This time it's on the bottom, and he opens up a large set of double doors on the bottom. And you see that there's several pouches of varying shapes and sizes, uniformly arranged in rows within it. And on one end, he actually picks up a medicine kit. This be my own special design. I give it to you now, just to make sure the task gets completed. But I will be taking it back once you have the trophy.
What if we use
Should you survive.
Oh, we'll be fine, right?
Pepper,
Pepper.
I think you think you should hold that.
Yeah, you hold on to that one.
you're talking as if I get hurt a lot.
No, I want you to think of this more as that you move the most. You have the most movement, so you can get to anybody to heal them.
It's just like
You know what I
Karen's
mean?
team.
Yep. You can also heal out of combat once per short rest using a healer's kit. Alright.
All right, so Peppar's got the healer's kit.
Yep. Pet bar, add to your inventory Karos' healing kit, 8 out of 10 charges.
And we're going to leave these tusks here with Karos while we're...
He takes the tusks and he opens a drawer in his desk and he pulls out several other bones of varying shapes and sizes and a human skull that you're going to possibly choose to not look into.
Yeah, I'm going to move.
Yep.
We're
And
with the other one on that one, guys.
Human skull and some chalk to begin the process of making your bracers.
Oh, God, I kind of wish Pepper hadn't seen that.
So should we give them both the tusks from our inventory?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I already, I just took mine out, so.
Alrighty. Booyaka.
Alright. So, if you're all done here and you make your way out,
Yep.
alright. Where would you gentlemen like to go? The footpad pointed you at the direction of a tavern that you can see over the tops of the tents as one of the few buildings that stand in this general area. It's one of the larger buildings on the eastern side of Pit. or you can actually proceed into beating feet around the pit to just try your luck.
The tavern's always a good spot to stop.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Remember, we're getting to this tavern where we are focused. We have a mission. Not get distracted by games of chance. Scarfin.
All right.
We're looking for Carlos.
Okay. No
And we're-
games
and we're-
chance.
And we're also looking for somebody that might possibly have like the dark energy of a super evil Cthulhu worshipping.
God, man.
We're just
powers.
looking for them crystals.
The crystal. Oh, that dude kept all of his, John. He kept
Okay.
his thing that tracks it. So we're just gonna have to go. Like, he said we were on the right path with where we were already going over here. So finding Carlos should help us find if Carlos isn't in fact,
Okay.
the Cthulhu worshipping evil human being
Mm-hmm.
/ monster person. We'll see what we get.
Yeah. So.
All right, so we're on our way to this tavern.
Yeah.
In my mind, we're just gonna find Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Don't spoil it.
Damn it!
All right, picking your way through the pit. To be fair, there's not really any roads, as whatever was a road has been taken over by those who have erected tarps or planks of wood into rudimentary teepees to shelter themselves from the elements in this area. You do make your way toward one of the few buildings in this area, and it's a rather large 2-story building that's actually seen some decent maintenance, which is an oddity out here, same as with Karos's house. It doesn't have any kind of porch or curtilage. There are 2 large individuals clad in black with axes at their sides standing outside of the doors, and just a picture of a dead rat hanging above the door.
Oof. That seems like Scarfin's kind of place.
I like my place to be a little fancier, upscale. I'm a classy man,
If it was upscale, you wouldn't even be able to reach it.
Ha ha!
Clever. Haven't heard that one before.
Oh, I haven't. I lived out in the woods for a while.
Alright. As you guys just approached the building.
Yep. We approach the building. Do we hail the guards? Possibly.
The guards don't, for the majority of you, the guards just give a surprised but indifferent look. A Goliathan Genasi, not very common around here. One of the guards, however, looks at Scarfin,
Oh, shit.
doesn't say anything, doesn't move. He just goes back to leaning. Give me perception or insight.
Boy. Hang on.
Scarfin, why have you fucked over so many people?
It's just in my character.
Okay. Everyone can make perceptions or the insights to see if they notice what. Scarfin, you get a general idea that this guy recognized you. Maybe not you particular, as he doesn't seem super jumpy about it, but he's taking note of your presence. Pepar, you notice 2 things. One, on the webbings of each of their fingers, or on each of their hands, one has 2 X's in the webbing between the thumb and the pointer finger, and the other one only has it on the left hand. And on the neck of one of the guards is tattooed an F. And that's the guard that seemed to take an interest in Scarfin. The guards themselves don't stop you, though. They don't move as you walk up the door. They take note of your group, notice Scarfin, and then proceed to go back to watching the road.
Should we say something?
Alright, so once we're in the building and not like directly in earshot of them, with them like standing right next to us, I'm just gonna real quick say to everyone, they were definitely looking at us, and one of us definitely got their attention. And then I'm going to follow that up, forgetting what I was gonna originally say.
About the tattoos.
Continue.
Okay. With passive perceptions being what they are, you do hear the sound of, as you enter the room and step into a not really bustling tavern, but there are actual waitstaff walking around in between tables, and most of the tables have at least one or two individuals there. There's actually a table in the back with 3 or 4 people all gathered around playing a game of cards. But you do hear one of the sound of boots going downstairs as one of the guards possibly.
Cards.
Guys, I think our time here is going to be real short.
All right. As you're entering the tavern and taking stock of the situations, most of the people have drawn hoods. Most of them are wearing raggedy clothes. Back in one corner, there are 2 individuals, fairly well dressed. Not really in noble's finery, but their clothing is definitely a cut above. It's new, it's clean, it's functional. Each of them have a sword around their hips, but they're just sitting there minding their drinks. And then give me perception checks.
Perception checks. Scarf, and you should go over and
Nope,
smooth
nope,
talk these guys, though. See what
Nope.
they know.
I don't see anything wrong.
Everything's cool.
Scarfin's just like, nope, nothing's here. We should go now. We should go now.
Yeah, I'm not doing much better either.
You guys are all fairly on edge. You've already had problems with the criminal underground in the city, and even in this part of town. And Scarfins hasn't exactly kept it secret that he's not particularly welcome. Avon, you are the only one that seems to notice that as a door opens in the back and a server comes out with a tray that's been recently emptied, there is a flash of, well, a very fine silk trench coat and a large hat with a feather sticking out of it that you can just see as the door closes on the side. Like that, you're a Vistani, you know wealth. That person had money, and they are in this pit.
As I see some fancy pants in the back.
Someone has fancy pants.
Well, guys, what do you think of Scarfin?
No, I don't know. It's your call, big guy.
All right, we don't have a lot of time to work with here, guys. None of these guys in the hoods are going to tell us fucking anything. They're low lives. They're bandits. Like, they're not going to tell us shit. Our best chance is either smooth talk these nobles, these richer looking guys over here, / possibly try to make our way into the back where that rich guy is or
There is a bartender, and there are serving staff.
Tell us everything.
Yeah, there are individuals that clearly work here. Yeah.
Okay.
Scarfin,
I can smooth talk anybody.
Go smooth talk.
Come up, Scarfin. Go to the bartender and lay down that tongue of silver.
All right. What do you want me to ask? Or you want me to talk to the people?
Go smooth talk to those guys.
Just ask the bartender if they know about where Carlos is.
All right. Let's talk to the bartender. I'm telling you guys, these rich guys are important.
We could split up, I suppose.
I'm pretty sure I can ask the bartender questions. That's not going to take any smooth talking. I'm just going to, buy a drink and
Yeah.
talk to him. So
Actually, that's a good idea. I want to maybe buy around for these rich folk.
Okay. So you stroll up to the bar. To bartender's a squat, not really fat, but he's not nearly as gaunt as most of the people that live in this part of town. His clothes they've been cleaned, but they're old. They've been worn down. They're starting to fray around the edges. He's trying to look the part, but he doesn't have the means to actually buy the clothing to look like a proper barkeep. But he does have clean glasses, and he's doing the stereotypical glass in one hand, rag in the other, doing it as you walk up.
Smack the bar twice and say, "Barkeep, what are these fine gentlemen over there drinking?"
Looks over at them. Well, I've only got one drink, so same as everyone else, I suppose.
Oh,
nice.
Well, buy him another round then.
Okay. And he whistles. I can't whistle, so I can't actually do this, but he whistles and hollers over, and one of the serving girls, she looks young, maybe about 15, stops and comes bustling over as he fills up 2 tankards, throws them on her tray, and kicks her over to that side of the bar. Alright, that'll be 3 copper.
I don't suppose the girl's for sale too.
Scarfin.
Okay.
Scarfin. She's not a chair, Scarfin.
I'm just trying to get in the pimping game, Okay.
No, we can't do that anymore. Mama Yaba's kind of put a crackdown on that.
I see.
Mama
Alright.
Yaba?
Mm-hmm.
Who's this Mama Yaba character?
She runs a establishment over on the city proper side.
Ooh.
We used to have something, invite the nobles over to get a taste of the city's darker side. And she kind of got pretty angry. You don't want to mess with those girls when you take away their money.
All right, guys. I wrote that down just so we remember that for later. Mama Yaba's whorehouse.
Oh, sounds like my kind of place.
It does sound very much like your kind of place. I have a feeling that you're not going to be very well there.
I will see. Maybe.
We've gone very few places so far. You're welcome.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right. Well, while we're here, barkeep, drink for myself as well, please.
1 copper, and he pours you a thing. If the Gypsy and Pie had watered down bad ale, this stuff is literally swamp water that might get you drunk. And he brings it over to you.
Can
I'll
I
take a bit.
Can I use my brewing kit to make it better?
Do you have any ingredients?
I just have the supplies. It says.
No, then. Because you need, like, yeast, you need barley, you need things to actually make the alcohol and brew.
Yeah, you also need time. I'll drink
Yeah.
this swamp. I'll drink this swamp water piss swill right now.
Mhm.
Barkeep, question for you though, good sir.
What can I do you for?
We're here seeking a contact, a Carlos of sorts.
He actually stops, and he looks left, and he looks right. Who you working for? I told Ferdinand. He's got a bone to pick with her. He ain't doing it in my bar.
We're not working for Ferdinand. We're working on behalf of a generous benefactor who has the best interests in the city at heart. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Very powerful benefactor.
I swear, I got friends. If this comes down on my head, we'll find you. Y'all lot cut a figure.
You won't be the first one looking for me. Or the last.
As you say that, he does actually look at you, leans on the bar, and squints his eyes as if he's trying to remember something.
Damn it,
Shit.
Scarfin.
I'm gonna go play cards over there, guys. I'll be back in a little bit.
Scarfin, go talk to the rich guys who probably don't.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go.
They
sit
probably
down.
don't know.
All right, so barkeep, you were about to spit on this information about where this Carlos person was, and we're not going to tell anybody that you told us about it. And I'll take 2 more of these swamp waters from my friends over here.
Yeah. Looking to sell the dwarf? I don't know particularly, but there's a call that we're supposed to be looking for dwarves. Someone's paying quite highly.
No, we're not looking to sell the dwarf.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to be honest with you. I don't even know if we sold it. Keep. He'd probably just follow us right out of here.
Alright, just let me know where you're going and I'll cut you in, alright?
I'll keep
We
it in
can-
mind, though. I will definitely.
We can make an arrangement.
We will
How much
definitely.
am I worth?
Anywho, if you're looking for Carlos, he points to the door that Avon, you noticed the flash of wealth earlier.
Fancy pants.
She's in there, but I'm not sure how much you're gonna get out of her. She got some bad news today, I think. She's been in there drinking herself to death for, well, honestly, since about 11 o'clock this morning.
What was the news?
Don't know. She used to come in. She actually had me order in some real good stuff for her. Paid it all up front, came in at some money, and then that was a couple months ago. And then she came in today, she had me bring the whole lot in there and just started drinking.
Well, guys, I couldn't think of a better scenario for us. Our
Would
faculties
you
are
mind
obviously.
asking Carlos if
compromised.
she would be willing to speak with us?
We should just fucking get up and start moving. I'm just gonna get up and start moving towards the door. Like he told us she's in here.
Yeah,
He doesn't wanna
so-
do
he's,
this.
he's not stopping you, like...
Yeah. He's not stopping us. Let's just fucking go in there.
Right.
Yep.
I was just trying to be polite. Okay, here we go.
Okay, we're gonna put that on pause. Scarfin, you were heading to talk to the wealthy people, or are you playing cards?
If they're actually gonna go talk to Carlos, I should go with them.
Okay. You do see that the 2 you bought rounds for, as bartender or the waitress that took it over did point you out. They look at you, look at each other. Roll an insight.
Oh boy.
Nope, they don't seem to recognize you. They seem pleased that they've gotten drinks until they realize that it's just more of the same swamp squill.
I would have bought
And then
something
they-
better. I'm just gonna give him the 2-finger salute and turn around and walk with the group.
Okay. You head to the door. It's not a hard process. As you do approach it, you do hear the sound of muttering and then the occasional sniffle from the other side of it. Opening the door, it's a single room with a single table. There's 2 chairs on either side and benches behind each of them, as if the room is clearly divided into accommodating 2 separate groups, with a figurehead that would sit at the table and then underlings that would sit on the benches behind. But the only person at the table is a very fabulously dressed elf. She is dressed better than most of the people you've seen in this city, let alone in the pit. Long blue silk trench coat, thick leather boots, a tricorn hat with feathers sticking out of it, and gemstones and metal or golden earrings hanging from her pointed ears. And the only thing with her is about 3 kegs of what you can tell from here is pretty expensive wine. And a wine glass in her hand that's had the stem actually shattered off, so she actually has to hold it by the goblet. And you can see the pieces of broken wine glass all over the floor, and she's just chugging. while muttering to herself.
Oh,
Excuse me,
perfect.
ma'am.
Like, this is your person.
What do you want?
Are you Carlos?
Who wants to know?
My name is Pepar. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Well, if you want money, I haven't got any more. And she throws the wine glass against the wall. Because some fucker had to come and ruin my gig.
I am not here to request money from you.
I want to replace that bottle of wine she broke for her.
There is like a box of glasses that have been set outside. There's no more wine glasses left, but there is actually a couple of glasses and then like a wooden tankard.
I'll get her some more and pour myself one maybe too.
She doesn't stop you, though she does like give you a really big evil eye. Before her face just falls to the table, she's like, "Damn it!"
Problem? I want to hand
You see, what happened was, I had a really sweet gig. Real sweet. But then, somebody had to go and fucking kill a bunch of people. And now my gig be gone. My gig be gone!
I don't know
gig-
anybody who would do anything like that. What gig were you talking about?
Oh God, did we kill a bunch of people?
You killed a lot of people.
No, it wasn't us, was it, guys?
Nah.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. She is fairly inebriated.
It was totally us.
That advantage stuff.
Alright.
Boom, boom, boom.
This is real simple, see? I just have to have a few of my boys, my guys, stand and look at a building. Just a building. A random building. No one ever came to the building. Nobody ever left the building. Well, we just watch the building, and they give me a whole lot of money.
Which building would that be?
That one, she points off in, like, a general direction, and then has, like, reconnoiter stuff. Which was the river?
I don't know myself actually.
You can make a general estimate of it's at least in that direction.
Yeah, over there.
Was it like a warehouse kind of building, perhaps?
They had my boys watching that too, and somebody killed them.
Huh.
Carlos was almost his birthday. Carlos.
Wait, she's not Carlos.
Oh no, I'm Carlos. What was his name? Oh well, he's dead.
Okay.
All right. Well,
You can.
we definitely didn't kill any of those people.
No, no.
I watched the building. No one ever came. No one ever went. But they come and they say that my boys got them fucked up. So now they're not doing business with me anymore. And I got Ferdinand breathing down my neck. I need more wine. Where's my cup?
I'm gonna get her a cup.
Okay.
Scarfer, what did your contact want us to do with this person anyway? I forget.
I forget too. What were we supposed to do? Where's our?
There's new players inside the pit. Your contact in the tavern told you that there's new players that are operating out of the pit and they're fucking with the criminal underground. They wanted you to come and see if you could deal with it rather than any of the actual gangs having to make a move on it. And they said Carlos was the one who would possibly have a general idea as she runs a good chunk of the footpads and the watchers that operate in and around the pit.
I'm gonna tell her they were involved with the killing and that we need to know where they're at so we can kill them.
Okay, what are you wording this as?
Oh, he's saying that we have information that the people that we're looking for that Carlos knows about are also the ones that killed everyone that we as the party have killed thus far.
Exactly.
Make a deception check, once again at advantage.
Boom, boom.
That is a beautiful idea, you beautiful bastard.
Okay. You rolled at advantage, so be straight. Yeah, no, she's pretty drunk. Those motherfuckers screwed me! Oh, fuck, I'm gonna kill him!
Wait.
I'm gonna fucking kill him! And she, like, tries to step up and storm out, but she's pretty drunk, and she's, like, stumbling over.
Hang on.
You guys kill my boys and blame me?
We could take care of
You
it
should
for you.
take care of this for you. You seem a little saucy.
We can do it for, a nominal fee.
You gonna kill him?
Oh, we'll kill him dead.
She starts flailing around on her belt, and she pulls out. She just full on takes off the belt because she can't figure out pouches and throws it on the thing. There is an actual pouch, and it's heavy with gold coins as they open up and some of them spill out. Fucking take that shit and go kill the fucking bastards!
Oh, thank
Fucking
you,
Christ.
Emily.
They're gonna see that they don't screw over Carlos von Denderbelt.
We'll kill them dead as doorknobs, which is something I just learned about today.
Hey, you know that time when you actually had to like learn how to be like about being a warlock and all that, and you had to go into towns? I just now have like an entire slew of towns that have just busted doors.
Busted doors everywhere. Every,
Just
li-
The
every
fucking
library I've
dangly
ever
stuff
been
in
in.
front, you just push it out of the way and walk in.
Just
All
every
right.
library I've ever been in.
But as she tosses the gold out onto the count or the belt onto the counter, she fucking slumps back, grabs her tankard, kill him fucking dead. Deal with him.
Where are
Go.
we gonna
I think we're
find them?
going with Plan A on this one, boys.
Oh, yeah.
And she once again points in a random direction. On the wall, over which way's the river?
That way.
She points in the opposite direction. On the wall. You can't miss it. It's building. No doors and no windows. Kill him dead.
Building,
How
no
do we-
doors, no windows.
How the fuck do we get into a building with no doors and windows?
You got a big hammer. You just knock.
Oh, I do have a big hammer. All right, we're good.
Okay. Alright.
Well, we got you then, Carlos. You chill here. Keep your drink on. We'll take this pile of gold right there.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you take just the sack of coins, or do you take... She threw the whole belt. There's several pouches.
Oh yeah, we're
Oh,
taking
yeah,
all
we'll
the
take all
pouches.
But yeah, is there
Yeah.
4 pouches of gold? Should we each just grab a pouch?
No, there's only one pouch of gold. And the other pouches... Not really sure what's in them. Most of them are actually square and actually are rigid, as if they're designed to hold their shape, no matter what's in the pouch. But there are 4 pouches on the belt.
I think I kind of just want the pouches.
Okay. So you take up the belt. You haven't looked inside of it, so all you know about is the gold currently. And that is 20 pieces of gold.
All right, so 5 each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got 25 pieces of gold.
I'm at 37.
Are any of you proficient in medicine?
Uh,
Nope.
No.
Okay. Don't worry about it then.
Yeah, no.
All right, boys. Well,
I'm gonna
let's
worry about it. I'm gonna worry about it.
let's you guys ready to go
Mhm.
Let's go kill somebody.
attack these guys? Let's go kill some guys.
Let's go show these guys the fist.
All right.
All right, as you roll out, do you guys actually look in the pouches, or do you just take the belt and be like, "We're good"?
I should look.
Hey, you know what? I'll take a peek in some pouches. Why not?
Inspect them pouches, Eric.
Okay. In one pouch, the 3 rigid pouches that are actually designed to hold their shape are filled with cotton, and one of them is empty, and it's just got a cotton lining. But one of them has a vial with a red liquid, and one of them has a vial with three vials with green liquid.
Green's always poison.
No, green's always health potions.
No, red is health potion.
What?
Oh, I think it's disconnected from roll 20.
Yeah. No, you do. At least Pepar and Avon, and probably Scarfin, would know that the red is, in fact, health potions. But considering that the cap doesn't have a maker seal on it, which is what the alchemists do, because once the health potion is open, it's designed that it can't be closed again. So that the makers, basically, if you open the health potion, you have to drink it, so you have to buy more. Since it doesn't have a maker seal on it, you don't think it's a proper health potion. It's a defunct healing potion, as it were.
Oh,
And
those
then-
lovely beasts.
Yeah. She came into money recently, but she didn't come into that much money. And she spent most of it on wine. But, and the 3 vials of liquid. Scarfin, you're a rogue.
Yes.
So, you, even if you yourself do not commonly use poisons, it's a pretty common trick of the trade. For if you go into a thieves' den, they'll have a poisoner there. These are not poison.
Oh,
The liquid itself is not viscous enough to have a lethal or to have a poisonous property. If you have alchemist supplies, or you can either make alchemist supplies or just a straight intelligence check to try to identify.
Oh, God be with me.
It's 15, it's not bad.
I know.
Brain!
What the fuck, Pepar?
Brain!
He's been the whole last game rolling shit, and now he's just coming in just like, I am king of the world.
I can percept things and I can think things, but I cannot do things.
Alright. You do identify these are... There's some kind of a potion. With just straight intelligence, you don't know enough about it to discern what the potion is. But you know it's not acid, it's not poison, it's not just water, and it's not kind of wine or anything like that.
It's not venom.
So it's some kind of a potion, though you don't know what it does.
Alright, so I'm gonna take an empty pouch and 1 mystery potion.
Okay. Yep.
Are you just taking
have-
the pouch so you can like store shit in it?
Yeah, it's just like cosmetically for my character. Now my guy has a cool little
Yeah,
pouch. Maybe I'll
I mean,
reference
yeah,
it
if
and be
you-
like, oh, I'll put that in my nifty little pouch, and he'll just like very gingerly open this pouch and place things in gently.
We just do
Hang on, let me check my pouch.
nice,
Exactly.
nice purse.
Excuse me,
Okay.
have you seen my pouch?
Just every meeting now is him like pelvic thrusting. Just look at my pouch.
All right, so now
Oh my god. Oh wait, that's actually a pouch. That's okay.
now Pepar's got a fanny pack. Great.
Okay. All right. So Pepar is taking 1 mystery potion and a pouch. You still have 2 mystery potions and a defunct healing potion to divvy out.
I'll take a mystery potion.
Okay.
All right. Which potion do you want, Mike?
What's
The mysterious potion or the defunct healing potion?
curious? Ooh, I want that one.
All right.
Okay.
I'll take the defunct then.
Okay.
Pepar, When you go down, it's for you.
That's how I'll die this time.
Okay.
You know what you should do is just like coat your darts in the defunct healing potion, so when you hit Pepar with them, they also heal.
Yeah,
by the way,
when you
guys.
accidentally drill Pepar in the back.
We have
Heal.
to, before we leave, like while we're still in town, someone has to buy a med kit. Because nobody has
We just
that.
got
yet.
the
We just got
healers
one.
kit tomorrow, but we should
Oh, we
buy
did?
it.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention, I guess. I guess I didn't hear that.
Yeah, we got one. We got one for the witch doctor.
You got
Okay, good.
Karos' special,
Yeah.
or
I'm holding it not because I get hurt, but because I move fast.
Yes, that's exactly the reason why.
okay.
All right, guys, to the building with no doors and no windows.
Indeed. As you exit the rat's nest, I need everyone to roll me a d4, please.
Would you like to see my D4 before we roll? 2, 3, 4, 3.
Okay. Okay. And you're going straight to look for the building with no doors and no windows?
Yep,
Huh?
Yeah.
correct,
Okay.
guys. Right?
Hey, we rolling
No.
up on these clowns like a bunch of gangsters.
Yeah. We gotta go fuck.
It's not a difficult process to find. To be fair, there aren't a whole lot of buildings, and you did get told by the wall. So once again,
Yeah.
you traveling through the pits, most people are scurrying back into their tents as it's getting later into the night. And now that people on the streets are ones they really don't want to mess with. So as you approach, they duck around and hide. No one really comes out to you. No one bothers you much as you travel. Passive perception. I need Pepar and Scarfin to both roll me perception check.
Boom.
I see everything.
Such good rolls for Pepar tonight.
I know. Alright. Pepar.
Just wait till combat starts.
Yeah, that's when he's gonna tank.
Pepar trips and falls.
Nat ones left and right, baby.
You see people sticking their heads out of the curtains. Nothing really catches your eye, though.
How tall are the buildings around it?
Well, right now you're in more of a tent city. So
Got it.
some of them come up to about 3 feet, some go as high as 6 feet. It's fairly limited. So over the tops of it, you see a few one-story buildings, and then the two-story rat nest.
And are we heading towards the rat nest? Is the place we're heading towards?
No, you just left the rat nest. You're heading toward the eastern wall.
Got it. Alright, I'm just trying to imagine my terrain here, because my plan is, as we approach the place, I kind of want to jump on top of something and just have a high vantage point.
Okay.
I don't think there's much to jump on top of. It's just like tents and stuff.
Indeed, that's why my idea has been defunct.
Okay. As you make your way through, there is a building, which it's not hard to find. You've got 4 buildings in the whole of the pit to pick from. At this point, you could roll a d4 and probably find it. But you just walk up, and it's a small, maybe 50 by 50 foot box. And you can see where there used to be a door, but it's been bricked over, as the stone around the door frame is fairly old, it's weathered, and then new bricks marking out where the door was being bricked over, and the same for the windows. As in, this used to actually be a domicile, and then they converted it to so there would be no access.
Hulk smash.
So guys, do you want to try a team kick?
Team kick.
I'll watch you guys kick. I'll cover you.
Actually, Pepar, you should probably just let me hit this with my big iron hammer thingy.
Yeah, Hulk smash.
Hulk smash.
Fine.
Alright,
Or wants to punch the door or the wall.
so we're going to try to punch through the stone door.
No,
he's gonna hit
I'm
him
going
with
to
the hammer.
I'm going to nail the stone door door frame where it used to be with
Billy Club.
my billy club.
Okay. Roll me attack rolls.
Attack roll. Gotcha.
Yeah. You can't miss, so you're just not looking for a 1.
Unless you nat one, perhaps.
Warhammer 2-handed. Bam.
Oh, damn. Good
I
thing you
got
can't
close.
miss. I mean, it hits. It's a wall. It's not dodging you.
Yeah.
All right, roll damage. Okay. You swing it in, and you impact, and you can see where the stone itself is fine, but the mortar that was used wasn't the type of mortar that they'd use to build walls. This is more just cheap limestone and mud. So it actually starts to crack and give. You haven't created a hole yet, but you can clearly see that this has done something.
Allow me!
Yep. There we go.
Okay, roll damage. Okay, yep. You take 3 points of damage.
Ouch.
You are punching stone. Like, a billy club is one thing, but your fists are, your fists aren't, your fists aren't considered magical yet, and therefore you have not achieved that form of iron body that martial artists are known for.
Oh, it was worth not. Oh.
Before we go in, I'm gonna re-inspire everybody.
You guys are still active on that, I believe.
Yeah, we're still good.
Okay, just make
It
sure.
was.
Yeah, it doesn't wear off.
All right.
That's right.
I'm going to reactivate my mage armor.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
You take some time, you prep yourselves for battle to go in, and you hammer through. It takes a few minutes. You do have to, like, bust up the mortar in a general area enough to create a hole big enough, but once you get started, it becomes much easier as you start knocking bricks flying into the building itself.
Zero element of surprise here, guys.
It is very loud. You've actually garnered a crowd of, like, the urchins and probably more than a few lookouts that are coming to see what the ruckus is, but nobody seems to want to get in between you.
We're gonna say I wanna get the crowd to go in before us, maybe.
You're trying to
What?
get...
If we can get the crowd of people watching to try to go inside before us.
What do you say?
Oh, I don't know. I
No, I
do
do not.
There,
I do not like that idea at all.
Think,
This is a tiny box house. You want to throw a bunch of innocent civilians in
Yeah,
between
like-
us?
cannon fodder? You know what? Cannon fodder?
No, we're about to kill a bunch of people already.
Alright, fine.
Last thing we need is them turning on us. Also, we got to fight 80 people inside a tiny box
Okay.
because the dwarf convinced them to go in between them.
Alright, you got me. It's a bad idea.
Uh,
I'm just trying to capitalize off everything. It's in my personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had a lot of good ideas. That one I termed dangerous and bad.
I had something to say to get a bunch of people to run in there, but I didn't want you to do it, so I didn't say anything.
This is, yeah, I'm about to say, this house is about, like, 10 feet by 10 feet. This is not a big house.
even the DM's like, no, that's a terrible idea. Please don't do that.
You're gonna fit, like, 10 people in there, and then they're just gonna be like, now what?
No, we did!
We'll have to
Okay,
murder-
you won the fight because you crushed them with bodies. Congratulations. Okay, moving on.
That was the goal.
Anywho.
Alright, I'm going to dynamically enter this house.
Okay. Roll me performance or acrobatics, I guess. As
This is the
Kamal,
thing we do now, so... Here I go.
as Kamal busts through the last of it and creates a hole big enough to fit you guys in. Okay. Anyone else dynamically entering the house?
Oh yeah, sure. Hang on.
I don't think I'm capable of dynamically entering the house. I'm pretty sure I have to like crawl the opening
Yeah.
I made.
Even to actually create a hole big enough for you to, like, dive in would be very difficult.
I love the zero you rolled, Mike Smith.
Okay, so Pepper and Scarfin, this isn't the easiest hole to enter from, so therefore you like get caught up on a little bit, but you manage to stick the landing, strike a pose as you come in. Avon, you go to like launch yourself in and plant your feet with your weapons ready, and you just kind of ping pong around inside the actual bar as your shield catches it and launches you to one side, and then you bounce off that side. But you all make it in, pose struck, to an empty room.
It's always better when there's people to react.
There's no furniture. Ceiling's about 8 feet up. It's a 10 by 10 room, so it's fairly small. Fairly cramped, but you knew that from the outside looking in.
Where did this drunk lady send us, guys?
I don't know.
This doesn't
I'm
look like a
gonna
hideout for
check the
anybody.
ground, see if there's any like hatches or latches.
Yes, please,
that
for
can
the love of
pass the way.
Christ.
Alright,
I'm starting to think this might be a trap.
Oh, this is definitely a trap.
roll investigation. Yep. There we go, investigation.
I'm gonna search the fuck out this bitch.
Investigation.
Alright. Oh. Let's see if someone gets it higher. Fine.
No chance.
Yep.
Especially not with that medicine.
Oh,
though.
yeah. Fat fingers. Never mind. Just go. Eric's got a good high roll.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with Pepper since he rolled the highest and there's only one thing in this place to find.
Yep.
In a similar vein to how on the outside of the house, it was very clear where a door used to be because there was new stone. As you're looking around the only thing of the floor that is in this house, there is a section with new wood.
Smash.
Say it's wood, right? All right.
Yep.
This time I've got this. I'm going for the punch again.
Oh, he's got a pry bar.
I do have a pry bar.
Just gonna punch it.
Punching the new wood panels on the floor.
Okay. Well, this is wood and not stone, and therefore it is susceptible to breaking to a fist. So you strike down, and you do actually snap through, and you see the start of a staircase. Rolls, give me a history check, and you're proficient in it, because this would involve stonemasonry.
Oh shit, your stonework is coming to handy.
Boom.
I figured he'd do this on the house, and I could do this earlier, but fine, I'll give
Oh,
it as a
The
gimme.
first time he didn't check the stonework, it actually had.
No, I was just like, this wasn't relevant.
It's all about chairs this time.
Alright. Alright, so with proficiency, that'd be 16? Oh, wait.
No, I made it proficient.
Okay, so 14. Still works, still fairly straightforward. You don't think this is a house. You think this is a defunct access tunnel to the city's sewers.
Huh. Hey guys, this is probably an entrance to the sewers.
Yep. And as he actually busts through, there is a hatch, or there is an opening with a ladder that leads down, and as you remove the wood, the smell of the sewer rises up.
Ugh.
Oh, yep, that's definitely a sewer. I didn't need stonemasonry to smell that.
With the wood in place, the general smell of the pit mask, the smell of the sewer, they aren't that different. But now that the boards are removed and you're just getting the full thing in your face, you can definitely smell it.
Oh, that's fucking great. Now
All
we're
right,
gonna wander
boys,
through a
down
stinky
for a
sewer.
journey.
Let's go. Let's get in there.
Alright,
It'll be my first time waist deep in shit.
Okay.
I suppose. Who should go first?
I'll go. I'll go first.
Thank you, Mr. Tank.
okay. As you travel down into the ladder system, and you follow it down, and you reach the bottom, you are actually in a narrow hallway. For those with dark vision, which means I believe
Hey.
Everyone.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
see
everyone.
him red.
Yeah, I got dark vision.
Oh wait, do Goliaths have dark vision?
I do not believe so. No.
Okay. I knew
So
one of them.
ironically, everyone but the guy who went first can see this. But you are actually in a narrow hallway with a culvert that intakes the river water and would use it to push the sewer channels to remove waste. Like
Right.
this is the intake to take in the river, clean river water to push the waste out. And Scarfin would know from basic stonemasonry. At the other end of the city, there's an outlet tank where it pushes the waste back into the river once it gets out of the city. But in front of you, there's only a straight hallway. And give me perception checks. Okay. God damn.
Ugh.
Ouch. Avon. The hero we all need.
Brian, hang on.
Oh, there you go.
And-
Fucking damn. Okay, Avon, Scarfin, you more or less are just kind of caught up. The sound of the water running, the smell, that's overtaken you. Brian, you can't see, period. Like, you're just
Nothing.
standing there in the dark and just like, well, I hope I don't die.
Guys, I have a torch, but I'm afraid to light it. And with all this, with all the methane possibly built up down here, it seems like a terrible idea.
What is methane?
Methane wouldn't be a problem at this point of it because all the fecal matter and all the shit congregates for the, like, you guys are up here at the intake of the river, so the water next to you is clean. Like, the
Alright,
smell
okay.
has reached you, but it's not.
All right, I'm light my torch then. As long as I'm not going to
Okay, good,
burn
I
us
see
all to death.
Okay.
That would be a fun
Hey,
way for the
Vaughn.
campaign to end.
Question for
Avon.
you:
Could
Can't
Avon
Avon's
just
head?
use?
Yeah,
Yeah, couldn't he
isn't
just use
Avon's head just like
fire?
on fire?
Only when he's angry. Are you angry? Or
Nah, I'm pretty good right now.
Alright,
yeah,
so using my
I'm
torch
pretty
then.
sure we worked it out that he has to. It's either emotionally driven or he has to physically ignite it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna use my torch then.
So I'm just gonna not do that, and
Yeah.
hopefully nothing pisses me off.
All right. But
Just-
Avon, you hear it's faint and it's more echo than actual sound, but you hear a thump, and then another few seconds pass, and then there's another thump. There's a sound of something happening down here that it's incongruous with the sound of the rushing waters or the skitter of rats. This is a loud, heavy movement from somewhere up ahead.
I hear the water now.
A loud, heavy movement from up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, guys, sounds like a battle ahead.
I don't like it.
Sounds not consistent enough to
Ow.
be a fight. Nope. Even with the 22, it's not high enough to draw a bigger conclusion than that, not at this distance.
Either way,
Well,
let's go investigate.
Mm.
Let's go. Dora, 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 the Explorer.
Alright. You're making your way downtown through the sewers. It stinks so bad. There's a rat over there.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
dun, dun.
It's
All right.
so bad.
Can I have a marching order?
Let's put Avon in front because he's got the highest armor class, and he
Yeah.
Alright.
And I
See in
can
the
see
dark.
pretty good apparently.
Pepper, Scarfin.
Apparently, I'm-
Let's go. Yeah, go towards the back.
Uh-oh. I have water right here.
You know what? I should be in the
About
back
to light
because
a
I can
fire.
move past everyone and engage stuff.
That's true.
Okay.
As long as I'm
Alright,
hiding
so-
behind one of the big guys. I'm fine.
so Avon, Kamal, Scarfin, and then Pepar.
Okay. Alright. At this point, the sewer system more or less operates in a straight shot. This is the poorer part of town, therefore the Masons Guild is not going to invest too heavily in the sewer system. So it's more or less a straight shot until you reach maybe 50 feet down the row. And you hit a point where you actually start getting your first intake of sewage from above. And the smell skyrockets. Still not methane, as it's not concentrated enough. But the actual walkways on either side of the river channel start to be coated in waste and decay as you travel down. And there's a branch where you can keep going straight, following the river, or going parallel to the river, or actually take a right to start traveling toward the underbelly of the city.
Real quick, can I shove something in my nose?
What? What?
So, I wanna
Yes.
not smell.
Roll for how deep it goes.
I wanna just like
At
stuff.
one, you unbrained yourself with it.
I just want to stuff the string in my nose or something so I don't smell the sewers.
For fun?
You would need something with a scent to it
Ooh, what's
to
my candle?
overpower, to combat the smell of the sewer. Like, you can't just stick a cloth in front of your face, you gotta soak it in, like, vinegar and whatnot.
Right.
I had no idea why you wanted to do that.
I just don't want to smell the sewer.
Okay. But you are at this junction, you can go straight, or you can hang a left. Or hang a right.
Avon, you got the nat 20. Which way should we go?
With, everyone actually give me new perception.
Oh, good.
Avon, you can roll with advantage.
Hey, I got something. That's my first nat 20 in a long time.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm just making you guys burn all your good rolls now, so I just kill you.
I just got my nat 1 out of the way.
Yeah. Pepar, you're at the back, so you're preoccupied with other things. But everyone else, you start to hear that same rhythmic thumping. Scarfin, you actually recognize it. You've spent some time in a blacksmith shop. You know what it sounds like when somebody's picking up heavy boxes and setting them down, like dropping them to the floor. And that's what, somewhere off to your right, someone is picking up boxes, walking, and dropping.
Oh, there's people ahead.
Let's get him.
Everyone, stealth. Can we all get quiet?
Guys, before we start sneaking, I remembered the thing I forgot when we entered the tavern. All the people I guess we all figured it out, but everyone who works here, we've been killing their people.
Well, yeah.
They're all the ones with the letter tattoos, right?
Yeah, the tattoos and the X tattoos on their hands, and like hand webbing tattoos and shoulder and neck letter tattoos.
Yeah.
Are
All right, so
Are they
they're
bad
not
guys?
gonna like us. I mean, they've attacked us twice now already.
Apparently these aren't them, but now we're gonna have some new frenemies. Anyway, shall we stealth?
Yeah.
Alright, roll stealth.
I'm silent,
This-
like
all right.
the wind.
Don't forget, Avon, that you are at disadvantage.
Oh, god damn it.
Because you're in chainmail.
Gotta roll stealth. That's right. I'm Goliath. Terrible thing
Alright.
to have to do. Second.
Thankfully he's in the lead, so the rest of us aren't necessarily found.
Okay, so let's see. That's 2 failures, 2 success, 1 success, 1 failure. Dead draw. Okay. So
Yeah.
They're
you
the two
try to-
leading.
Yeah, the 2 in the lead. You try to be quiet, but you like trip and stumble, and oh my god, or Avon, your Sabaton or your boot went into the actual sewer water, and it's getting some stuff that inside of places that you don't want to think about right now. and it's making a lot of noise. You have a momentary curse under your breath. Your hair sparks up, and then you cool. This startles Kamal, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" But you try to be quiet. You don't know if they heard that. Maybe by some miracle they didn't. Everyone else is more or less quiet, and you've still got some distance away. As you try to stealthily approach. Scarfin,
It's me.
I would like another history check from you.
Oh, can it be at proficiency?
Yep, this is stonemasonry.
Alright, I didn't make a proficiency this time.
Okay, so it's a 12.
Yeah.
You would have to say... no, with the 12 you wouldn't understand the cuts well enough. Never mind.
Fuck.
But you proceed on. As you move through the sewer, the sound gradually grows louder, and it starts becoming less consistent as there are now longer gaps between the loud drop as you grow closer to it. But making your way through, you do actually see a light, just residual light reflecting off the damp surfaces and the floor coming up from ahead as you're approaching some lit area. Alright, and if none of you have anything you'd like to do as a last minute thing,
No,
Interesting.
I think I'm. Can I sneak up and try to look into the lit area?
alright, you're going to try to individually stealth? Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to individual stealth up ahead and just see if I can see what's going on.
okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Just you.
I'm not a ninja.
More like a ninja.
I want to stay back.
I just wanted to take a peek.
You do actually go up, and the light is coming from around a corner to a cutout that it cuts away from the sewer channel. If Scarfin had done this, he would know that this would be a area where they would store tools and supplies for the Mason Guild to come and perform sewer maintenance. So it's off of the main sewer channel, and it's just a room that's built in for the purpose of maintenance. And the light's coming from in there. There is a door holding it closed, which, as you come around the corner and you start to approach this, you step on a rat, and the rat freaks out, and rats all around you that seem to be coming out of walls and out of shadows start screaming and squealing as they all scatter away. And you hear one last rhythmic thump from the other side, and then you start to hear voices from the other side approaching the doorway.
I'm gonna run back behind everyone.
No.
Dart back and disappear. Alright, give me another stealth check.
Boom, 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 boom,
Pepper. Better stealth.
boom, boom, boom.
I'm not. I was only the wind once.
Okay. Well, I don't need them from anyone else, because only
Oh.
Pepper is at risk of being spotted right
Oh,
now.
okay.
You guys are
My bad.
still... If someone opened the door and looked out, you guys haven't broken the threshold of the intersection yet. Only Pepper went ahead.
Alright.
You hear the sound of the door open behind you, and as you're rounding the corner and you don't know if you got out, if they saw you, it was on your foot, and what can they possibly do with that information? And you run back to the group.
Alright, guys, they may have seen me, but there's definitely people up ahead. Shall we advance?
That's what we came here to do. Kill
Yeah,
people.
yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
I was gonna try to see if I could get us a gauge of how many and try to be all strategic like, but since when do I do that? Let's go punch them.
Okay.
I probably keep going ahead.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Alright. You guys are all coming up on this map. And you are in this area, so go ahead and drop your token. As this dirt section over here is back where the actual offshoot connects back into the actual water main itself. You came from You all came from this direction, ran into this intersection. This is the entranceway, and this is the room that you're coming up onto. Drop your tokens and proceed as you deem fit. I should have put like hidden shit over there, but
Alright, so we're about to head up these stairs into this room.
these aren't stairs. It was just the best map I could find. This is
like
just
a hallway.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then there's a door that has been left open on the other side. And you actually start to hear like rushed movements coming from the other side. Like you hear the sound of breaking glass and boxes being thrown and heavy objects getting thrown and landing somewhere. Coming from up ahead.
Gotcha.
Alright guys, plan A.
Plan A.
Alright.
Plan A, murder everyone.
Alright. You guys don't have a surprise round, but I will let you position yourself toward the end of this hallway. Because you know they are there. They know you're there. So you're going to position yourself wherever you want to be in the hallway, and then you're going to roll initiative.
Well, that's not like, necessarily where I want to be. Zooming. Alright, so I think I want to be like...
And before we start, I actually want to take a leak real fast.
I need to grab
Okay.
water anyway, so that's good.
Yep, we've been playing for about an hour and a half, so we're going to take a break here and come back and start our fight. Roll your initiatives before you go, please.
Yay.
Rolling a fishiative.
You're a fish, Eric.
Indeed. Or are you the fish with fast initiative?
Also, Eric,
Finally, Brian will go first. Alright, time to throw a quick mute and pay. Do. Oh, wait, I see it. Oh, wait. You draw Eric's pouch? Oh, excuse me, have you seen my awesome pouch?
Or like, someone's gonna ask me, "Oh, do you still have that the Black Seal scroll?" And I'll be like, "Why, yes, I keep that in my handy dandy pouch." Very gingerly open the pouch, very gently pull the scroll out. But everything else, I just like manhandle everything. Just get slammed open. Every time my guy drinks a drink, he like slams the thing on the table. But then when he uses this pouch, it's all dainty and delicate. It's a very lovely pouch.
It's just like an anime.
What can I say? I am slightly an anime.
Speaking of anime, I did start playing Xenoverse 2 last night.
Storyline's bullshit, but the gameplay's great.
Yeah. My problem is my cable for my Xbox controller is a little janky, so it kept disconnecting during it, so I got a little frustrated.
It's like very, very time sensitive
Yeah, I know.
combos and stuff.
I know, and it made it kind of suck. Like I would get like 8 hits into a combo, disconnect, and my guy would just be floating there.
That game's got so much depth. Like people always talk shit on it and say like Fighter Z is a better game and like Budokai and all those games, and I'm like, bro, Xenoverse is so much better. You can fully fly around in 3D, up, down, fully around the environment. You can punch people through rocks, and
I love it.
it's great.
I made a Namekian this time instead of.
Mechians are really good. Their physical attack string has the best range out of all of them, and they have constant health regeneration, I think. Once it goes under 50%, you just get auto health regen.
Yeah.
I forget exactly how it works, but they have really good tanky character sets. I'm in the booze.
Yeah. I wanted I don't want to be Fat Boo. That's the thing.
Yeah, I wanted to be a customizable Kid Boo or Super Boo looking character as well, but they don't give you that.
No, gotta be fat. Although
Fat
All right,
Boo.
I'm back.
I like Fat Boo, but I don't want to be Fat Boo. You know?
Yeah,
I feel like
being
that's
able to create a customizable character, I should be able to make any of the Boo styles.
to be
Yeah.
honest with you, I feel like that's how a lot. I feel like that's how people feel about most fat people, though. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that fat guy. I don't want to be that fat guy, but I
All right.
like that fat guy.
All right, gentlemen, are we all back?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Okay. So you're all posted up outside of this room, or in this hallway, about to enter this room. You hear frantic motions and some strange squelching, twisting sound as you actually go up to approach. But you haven't actually taken a look around the corner to see what's going on inside the room. You've all rolled initiative. Kamal, you are going first. You may do as you see fit.
Right. Well, seeing as I'm a battle Goliath, come around the corner here.
As you
Sorry,
come around,
Okay.
1 second.
Oh.
Oh wow, he's a lot bigger.
Yes.
You see that the two women, similar in garb and regalia to the woman you saw at the warehouse, are holding their hands up that are gleaming with arcane sigils, though they aren't any kind that even what you've been imparted with understand, and they're speaking in a language you don't understand, as the shape of this mass takes form. And around it, you see the disparate clothing of what would be enough to clothe 3 of the brutes.
Oh God, guys, that's a big motherfucker.
This abomination of their people together.
What kind of necromancy is this?
Okay.
All right, so I am going to grab my crossbow here.
No, you're not just gonna run up?
No, yeah, it seems like a terrible idea. I've also already used my there, moving up there.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go.
Shoot one of the witch ladies.
I'm actually gonna shoot. Who the fuck's this dude hanging out here in the corner down here?
That is an individual who's chained to the wall.
Oh, I'm not gonna shoot him. He's training the fucking. Shoot the witch lady.
Alright, you shooting the left or the right?
I'm gonna shoot the right side witch lady because I think the left one I literally have to shoot through the big fat guy to get him.
Yeah,
Better.
she does have partial cover. Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
Gonna roll damage on that.
Okay. You fire out the bolt, it impacts, and she reels back from the pain. She doesn't go down though, but she's bloodied. That took a big hit out of her. You still have part of your movement if you want to either move further into the room or move back into the hallway.
All right, I am going to
We should let this guy free.
slide back. What do I got? I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna slide back to right there. I'm gonna look back down at you
Why
guys.
do I have exactly enough movement to run straight up to this witch and punch her?
I'm gonna look back at you
Okay.
guys and just be like, "Yo, this shit's about to be real."
Alright. Garfin, it is your turn. As the witches went first, and they used theirs to turn their henchmen into that, and then that dropped his initiative to the bottom rung. So, you all go first.
I'm gonna move right here and just hang back.
You prepping in action?
If anyone comes into my line of sight, maybe I'd like to throw a dagger.
Okay.
Run, Pepper!
Are you going to hide or anything? Bonus action?
I probably should hide too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I?
Okay.
I'll have to roll stealth for that. I'm not
Mhm.
in the line of sight. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Pepper?
scared.
I'm starting to regret having the 25 feet of movement.
I'm starting to lament my decision to run straight up to this bitch and give her the old 3-hit combo.
Well, remember you have those throwing axes now. You can dart around the corner there, like throw some axes and dart back.
This is true.
This is true, so I'm gonna go to here. I'm going to throw my mighty axe
All right.
that already took a shot.
All right. I believe the range on the tomahawk is 30 and 90. So you are at disadvantage to hit the witches, or are you throwing out the big guy?
Never mind then. I rescind that and use my ouch. I miss with my crossbow.
I'm about to say, I mean, the 14 would have hit. I was just, for my information.
I would have taken
Yeah.
the 14.
Yeah, the 14 would hit. If you
Yeah.
just want to take that one.
I will concede that you can have the 14 just because I screwed you up there. If you want to deal
We're taking
damage.
it. We're taking it. We're taking any handouts we can get.
We're in bad shape, guys. And you're throwing it at the wounded witch?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, she dies
Yeah.
as the crossbow
Oh.
or as the axe sails out, drills her in the face. You can still use your bonus action, as that was your attack action.
All right, slide back.
Do I have any bonus actions that I want to use? Ooh,
You can
wait.
throw another axe as a bonus action, or it's a simple weapon, so you can run forward and flurry of blows.
Oh, when I choose to use patient defense and get the dodge action, that carries over.
Yeah,
So,
like
if he
just
comes
as a bonus action, you take patient defense and use dodge, and then for the next until the start of your next turn, attacking you is at disadvantage.
It's a good idea.
yeah, we're gonna do that real quick.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to. Damn it! It's so tempting to just push forward with my patient. It's a very patient defense that makes me want to run forward. Nah, I'm gonna play it smart. I'm back here. That's my turn.
I like it.
Okay. So you step back, playing it safe. Are you still using patient defense, or are you saving the key point?
Yeah, I'm just gonna save the key point since I'm not gonna run forward like a maniac.
Okay.
I really thought about it though. It was so tempting.
All right. Avon, it is your turn, good sir.
Okay. I am looking at this fucker.
He is a big boy.
No, not him.
Are you looking at the guy
I-
chained against the wall?
Oh, is he chained against the wall?
Yeah, he's chained against the wall and he's passed out.
Okay, I take that back. Yeah, okay. Well, then I am going to come here. And let's do, as we say, plan A.
Hey! Woo, 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 woo.
Make fire. I'm throwing it at the big guy.
19 hits, roll damage.
Take that, big guy.
Alright. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I've been meaning to say we need to include that. This make fire isn't a weapon attack. It is a spell.
Right.
It doesn't get the +2. But you do.
no, I
that.
just clicked that on because I noticed that it's been off this whole time.
Yeah. I was just like, it really feels like he should be doing more damage than he is.
I know. I've been thinking the same thing, and it turns out that's been clicked off. I literally, just as we walked in this room, noticed that it was off, so I just clicked it.
Okay.
I guess-
just go
I
ahead and
guess
leave
I'll
it on. If it's relevant, we'll count it. If it's not, then I'll discount it.
Okay.
Alright, but you curl up the fire and you throw it at this amalgamation of flesh that's still taking shape, though the chant and the incantation has stopped. It hurts it. Like, you can see where the skin blackens and fucking the folds have to go over and wrap around it. It's not down. Alright. That will bring it to Big Boy's turn.
Oh no.
It's fine! It's fine. It's...
Yvonne, use that beefy armor class to not get popped.
Please.
Oh wait, no. I was gonna. Can I move after I attack?
Yeah.
Because
You
I was gonna peel back a little bit.
Ah, you should stay there. It's fine. Come near me.
No, I'm just me and we're just gonna form a wall right here.
He is a wall.
You're just,
If he comes up,
staying right there, huh?
then I can.
Yep.
Okay.
If he has to come up.
Well, this big boy here is going to go through the actual As-
Oh,
walk in. His lumbering mass starts to pick up speed, and he just hurls himself into the stonework, which, while is fairly decent, hasn't been very well maintained. And it crashes into the wall, sending pieces flying out. And I need everyone to make a dex save to dodge random bits of stone and chunks of rubble that fly towards you.
oh, this thing's pure evil. I love it.
Yeah, deck save.
Me not so good.
Is not so good.
Oh, that's a pretty good deck save for me, right?
No, don't knock over your water. That would be not so good either.
Okay.
Next to your keyboard. Oh no, man.
Avon. Thankfully, it didn't deal much damage. 'Cause it sucks. Avon, you take 6 damage. Everyone else takes 3 damage as the creature busts through the actual wall. And then it's going to focus on what was closest. Pepper. It's going to make 3 attacks against you. 2 with its claws and 1 with its bite.
Everything
Ugh.
hates Pepper.
Everything wants to kill Pepper. It's brutal. I love it. Okay. That is going to be the first attack connects, doing 5 points of damage. The other claw attack goes wide, scratching and gouging into the stonework behind you, and then its mouth comes in down on you hard for another 4 points of damage.
Pepper, no.
Obviously, I'm at 0 and I'm back up again.
Yeah, just boom. Okay. He's a big boy. Alright. That's his turn. The witch, ironically speaking, doesn't have line of sight on any of you where she stands. And she's actually... she'll move to here. Kamal, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Gotcha. Do.
Wait, is Pepper down?
Hey, it was calculated perfectly to put me exactly at 0.
You
He
only have
decided not
5
to
health.
reinforce us with a new leadership thing right before we walked in, so I
Oh, no,
was
that doesn't... bonus health doesn't last until you take a long rest. So essentially when he uses it in the morning, you have it until you lose it or until you take a long rest.
I took 3 when I punched a wall.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
God damn it.
All right, wisdom saving throw.
Damn that wall! I will avenge you, Pepper, and kill that wall and burn it to the ground.
Thankfully, Kamal already smashed the wall down for us. But punching that wall, man. I had to.
Alright, Kamal, you take 2 points of damage.
All right, I am just gonna use my my fucking
You're just shrugging that off. It's like, fuck you.
No, I'm using my hellish rebuke
Oh,
on that fucking witch bitch.
oh god damn it. That's right. Okay. Okay.
Oh, shit.
This is fine. This is fine. Oh. Hi.
Yeah, she's
Alright. Yeah, witch bitch, she was not made to take a fight at all. She's made to summon giant monstrosities. So, as she, casts a spell on her, and you lock eyes with her, and you channel the fury of your patron into her, patron versus patron. And fucking, she starts burning from the inside out as she opens her mouth, and you see lights glowing from inside of it as every orifice in her body starts showing this hellish fire, and she bursts into flames. And she's dead.
Kamal, don't fuck with shit like that. Everything should really stop trying to attack Kamal.
I know, I need to attack other things other than you.
I'm starting to
Aside from
like you,
Pepper.
Kamal. Yes.
Alright, but you did take 2 psychic damage, and you attack with disadvantage on your next melee swing.
Gotcha.
And now I'm just super excited having seen that.
Just like, yes! Everything is on fire! Alright, it is
from the
Kamal's turn.
inside.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
beautiful.
it's Kamal's turn, so I'm gonna slide up over here behind this guy,
Mm-hmm.
Is that flanking still?
and I am going to bring down the double-fisted slam of the Billy Club. I know it's coming with disadvantage.
If you move one more spot, you will have advantage. Because you'll be
Okay.
flanking with Avon.
Right there.
So, 19 hits. Roll damage.
Too, I'm sure.
Okay. You spring it in. You can't really bring it down because, ironically speaking, the creature is so tall it's actually bending over to fit in this room. But you can bring it. You can bring it into a very nice hit to the kneecap and hear the bones crack.
Yeah, let's uppercut in the kneecap there. You know, baseball swing, like bam.
Home run swing into the kneecap. It
Yep.
hits. You hear like the
Trying to
bone
win the gold
grind and pop, and then even as you watch the bone break, you see it start to pop and connect and combine back into what it was.
Oh, this thing's disgusting and it's healing itself.
Avon, make a nature check. Okay.
Holy shit.
As you watch as the wounds you're creating start to close, you do notice that the burn mark you gave it before is not healing. Even as you watch the knee that was broken reform itself, the scorch mark on its chest is staying. And the burn isn't healing.
Oh, we're gonna have to kill it with fire.
Always plan A.
Alright,
Like
Scarfin.
fire.
Alright, I'm gonna throw my flask of oil on it then.
Scarfin, can you help our boy get up over there?
Oh, are you down?
Oh, I'm existing with 1 health. I exist.
So you and you have the health kits. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not dead, but
all right, so you don't have to get him up then, Scarfin.
Fire's just in his normal form at 1 health on the brink of death, just putting in the fight.
Yeah, I want to throw my.
to be fair, yeah, he's always essentially been like that.
To be fair, I want to throw my flask of oil on it.
That's why we're making him bracers to give him 2 more.
Once we reach level 4, it goes up by 2 as well. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a long haul to level 4 without it.
Okay.
All right, Scarfin, you there?
I'm throwing my flask of oil on it.
Ross. He's muted.
Sorry, I've been muted. I forgot. So I've been quiet
Practice.
this whole time.
Smoke up devil's
Shit.
weed.
No, I'm gonna throw my flask of oil on it.
Oh. Oh, right. Make a ranged attack roll. Just roll a d20, add your dex, and half of your proficiency.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
He's right in front of me. How do I miss? Wait, what was it?
Okay. So as you go to chuck it, you actually hit the body, but you don't break the flask. And the flask falls to the ground at the creature's feet. And there's now a 5-foot square that has oil in it underneath the creature.
There you go.
And that is a light weapon. That was a light weapon that you took an attack roll on, so you can use a bonus action. Throw a dagger.
Alright, I will throw a dagger at its face. No, I want to throw
Wait.
it at it. I'm
He's
throwing-
not calling your shot.
I'm
Stop calling
not
shots.
aiming- I'm not aiming at its face. I'm just throwing a dagger.
Well, it does have two faces, so I mean,
No called shots when I'm used my revive.
all right. 21 does hit. Okay, and you do get sneak. You only do 2 damage because this is an offhand weapon, so you don't get your dex to the damage.
Yep.
So 2 damage,
Nice.
and there's a patch of oil at its feet.
I want that dagger back.
Avon's gonna have to light him on fire.
How did you get the oil at its feet?
When he threw the flask at it, he didn't break the flask. He didn't throw it hard enough to break the flask to actually coat the creature with oil, so it fell out and spilled on the ground at his feet. Mechanically speaking, when you can use an oil flask to empty out the oil onto a patch of ground, and when you ignite that, it will burn for 2 turns, dealing fire damage to anything inside of it.
Right, I kind of knew that.
Okay.
I was gonna buy an oil flask. I forgot to.
Okay.
I knew that would be awesome.
All right, Pepper, it is your turn.
Keep 'em
Is there any
warm.
oil left in the flask?
It's actually on the ground. The creature's still standing over it, and if the oil ignited, it would do some tertiary damage to the creature, but there's no oil left in the flask to...
Alright, I was gonna try to throw the rest of it right in its face, but having that said, first we're going to slap him with a staff and fail miserably.
Yep, you bounce off bulbous meat.
However, let me just read something real quick. I don't even remember what the name of that perk is that lets me hit people, and if I swing at them, I can run away. Was that mobile?
Yep.
There it is. When you make a melee attack. Okay, so I don't have to successfully hit it, just when I make a melee attack against them.
It also
Is that what
doesn't
that means?
consume your bonus action. Yeah. So if you launch an attack at somebody, you can move away from that person.
That's good, because the quarterstaff, as much as I would love to have smacked him, was mostly just so I can move away from this asshole.
Okay.
Is there enough space on the wall for me to move past him through the wall?
Through the wall?
Because he bursted it down, but I don't know if he like Kool-Aid Man style. There's a whole.
Oh no, it was full on Kool-Aid style, and this dude's pretty big. While he's hunched
Yeah.
over to fit into the narrow confines or the smaller confines, this room is only about 12 feet tall, and this dude would easily stand up to 15. You can like slide through his legs to get to the other side.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go past him. I put myself in him. There we go. I can see me again. Okay, so I went through him, and I was here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and then so that's 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Oh, 50 is it. So boom, there. So, and I still have a bonus action. I'm going to drink the mystery potion. Let's see what it does.
Okay.
You're drinking the mystery.
You got the med kit, like.
Well, it takes an action to use the med kit, so he already used his action.
Oh, gotcha.
If I can
Okay.
safely get away, this is the only thing I can do.
So, as you down the mystery potion, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Which one of them kills me outright?
Not a 2. Thankfully, not a 2. You actually feel, like the body seems to physically harden. Like, as you take it, you feel your muscles grow tight, your skin grows taut. It's kind of harder to move. It's not enough to affect your disability, but it's almost like you're slowly turning into rock. And for
Yeah, like just
1 minute,
fucking wall.
yeah, for 1 minute, you reduce all incoming damage by 2.
Sick.
Okay. The potion of the Gorg. All
You're
right.
welcome, guys. Now you know what it does.
Well, they have no idea because you just ran through, choked a potion, and didn't die.
Didn't die!
Avon, it is your turn.
My turn.
Yeah, remember he's standing on top of a bunch of oil. Might be a good idea to light him on fire again. Also, considering it's the only thing that's not healing.
Okay. I am actually gonna get. I'm gonna go within striking range. Fuck this thing.
Okay.
I'm glad I used my oil
Directly
then.
across from Brian.
Actually, no. Well, it doesn't matter. It can run fast as shit.
Oh, I know, but if you guys are directly across, you attack with advantage.
Yep.
That's right. That right there is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, do the fire. And do I have to throw it at the oil?
You would
Not
need
necessarily
to.
it.
How do I want to do this? If you want to ignite the oil, you would have to make fire at the oil.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Are you hitting the creature or the oil?
the oil.
Alright. It's not hard. As you actually cast the fire out and it impacts and the oil ignites, it starts rapidly burning. It's not going to last too long, but the creature standing in it and the fire jumps high enough to actually start scorching the skin of the leg, turning it blackened. You did damage to it. When you ignited the oil, the creature reels back in pain and fear as it doesn't like fire. You're not sure how much damage it did, but it was fire, and it does, like, the broken skin around where the bone was broken stops healing and stops closing up as the fire seems to impair the healing.
There we go.
Okay. You have any other actions you'd like to take?
I don't really need to heal right now. No, I'm good.
Okay. Then the creature is going to once again make 3 attacks. And it's going to split attacks because it's now surrounded. Come on, I need you to roll me 2d100s, please.
Sure thing.
That's quickly becoming my favorite phrase to hear. Roll me 2d100s, please.
Fuck, are you kidding me? Okay, I'll resolve that in a second. Avon, as it lashes out with you with 2 of its claw attacks, the first claw attacks, you raise your shield, swat it aside. The second one catches you in the side, though, and you take... and you take 8 points of damage.
Ah, damn.
As it actually whips its head around to try to bite into Kamal, it loses its footing, stumbles for a bit, and actually catches itself on the rubble of the wall and falls into the fire, smothering the fire and putting it out. But as it claws its way back up, you see a giant patch of the flesh that is now blackened, scorched, and is actually starting to slump off the body, as direct contact with that much fire has done significant damage.
Nice.
More damage to myself than I did to either. Fuck. Okay. Kamal, it is your turn.
All right. Well, guys, there's been a trend here, and I like a good trend. So I feel like
You're gonna kill this fucker with your great club.
nah, I'm gonna hit him with my burning hands.
Oh, I didn't know you had them burning hands.
What?
Fuck!
What?
Oh fuck.
I thought you had icy hands, not burning
I
hands.
cannot roll a deck save to save my motherfucking life.
I am
As it
now out of spell
claws-
slots, but
Yeah. As it claws its way back to its footing, and you just bring your hands together and channel fucking the devilish hellfire that your patron fucking grants you access to. And you watch as like one head actually catches the full brunt of it, and as the fire dissipates, the head blackens and chars and just turns to ash as it falls off.
yes.
Wow, that really hurt. Okay. It's now very much bloodied. It's not taking this beating well. Scarfin, your turn.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna stand next to Avon, I guess. I'm gonna.
Oh, wait.
Which,
stab
by the way,
him.
I'm just like I'm stunned. I'm just looking, like I didn't know. Like maybe you could be my fucking kin or something.
Just like, that is the weirdest Genasi I've ever seen, but I'm down.
I'm gonna stab him with both my cutlass and my dagger.
Okay. Roll.
Boom.
The cutlass does not hit. Oh wait, no, you have advantage. Cutlass does hit. Both hit. Roll damage.
Boom. Boom. I want to stab him.
Oh God.
Okay.
There's some numbers.
Yeah, you only get sneak attack once, so you only get that 3, I'm afraid. And the second one doesn't get a dex modifier because you don't have the 2-weapon fighting style. So you deal 13 damage to it.
Still
Good
pretty
enough.
Yeah. Don't know. And that is... This thing is pretty badly mangled. You get the feeling, just because the way the flesh is still trying to take shape, and like it's trying to sprout another arm around the side, they didn't have time to fully form it into what it should be. And so as you continue to hammer it, it's starting to actually physically fall apart as flesh slumps off. It's still up, it's still moving, but it's going down pretty quick. And that will bring it to Peppa's turn.
Doing it!
Pepper,
Going in hard!
Jesus.
Going in fast! Going with the staff!
You deserve your 1 health.
Thwack thwack with my sticky staff!
Okay. The unarmed strike doesn't hit even with advantage. The quarterstaff does. As you bring it up and you drive it in deep, you actually feel something pop on the other side. And you hit something that you probably shouldn't have hit, as a stretch of bile shoots out and hits your face, and you just feel your skin start to burn so badly.
Oh, God.
And this is technically reduced by 2 because you took the potion of the Gorgon, but that's still 5 to acid damage.
Now Pepper's down. He can't help himself.
Alright.
Oh.
Avon, it's your turn!
Oh,
Who has the highest medicine?
I want to hit this thing.
Are you sure? Because it'll probably kill me.
You can't be any more.
Oh wait,
killed,
you're
Eric.
down right now?
Yes.
Damn right I am. I thought I was finishing it off.
He thought he was gonna land the killing blow. To be fair, it's pretty close. It is pretty close.
To be fair.
You've hit... Okay, for context's sake, as the flesh starts to slump off, it's no longer healing, but you start to see where at the core of this creature, there are sacs full of some kind of a liquid, and when you popped, normally this would be under the mounds of flesh and therefore you couldn't damage it, but as the skin slumps off of it, it's no longer healing, but now it has these protruding sacs, and if you hit them, they shoot out acid.
All right, kill it with fire.
As it
Do not strike it again.
when it hits this health bracket, melee it no longer regenerates, but melee attacks return acid damage.
Right.
Could've just thrown the goddamn axe, but no, I thought I was gonna be cool and be like, no, this thing's almost
To
you guys.
be fair, it was really cool. It was just like this flying bow stab strike, and then you ate a face full of acid.
I'm gonna revive. We're gonna try to get Pepar. Right over here.
Okay. It is an action to administer a potion.
Okay, fuck it.
Use the thing! The thing!
What?
No, you can't use a medkit on somebody unconscious. You use the medkit as an action, you require the person to be conscious and, hey, move your arm, hey, stand up, hey, do this. He has to physically move your entire body to form the medicine. Therefore,
I think the only potion I have is the mystery potion, so here you go, buddy.
Doesn't do anything!
Doesn't heal you.
roll a d6. Let's see how lucky you are.
That
No.
was the same thing.
Yep.
I won't take 2 damage next time I get hit.
Okay. And that's your turn, Avon?
I guess. God damn it.
Okay. A creature is going to make 3 attacks once again.
I like it.
And I need Scarfer and roll me 2d100s. I shouldn't have put this guy in this small of a room. Like, because he attacks with disadvantage. He just has a really high bonus, but keeps rolling ones. Okay, well, he doesn't hurt himself this time. He just misses. Avon and Kamal. As it goes to bite Scarfin, its head gets caught on the ceiling, and it can't actually get its teeth around you. So it just whips around and throws 2 flailing strikes at Avon and Kamal, dealing 8 damage to Kamal and 5 to Avon.
Okay. And that's yeah, I'll take my 8. That's fine. 0 temp hit points. Now 17 actual hit points. 217.
Alright.
What'd you say I got hit with?
5 damage. And that will bring it to Kamal's turn.
All right.
Finish him.
I'm gonna do what should have been done. Hit this guy with some frostbite.
Okay. It does get a save. That's a con save.
Who is this outside?
As you snap your fingers to cause the frost to surround it, frostbite has a unique effect where it requires flesh to actually bite, and there's not a whole lot left on this creature to actually freeze. The actual sacs on its body do show signs of frost, but it doesn't seem like it had any inhibiting effect. Scarfin, or do you have a movement or a bonus action you'd like?
Do I have any items I can pick Eric up with? Do.
Do you believe you have a healing?
I think I have a health potion.
Yeah.
I also have a defunct health potion. What's that one do?
If you roll a 1, I die.
Alright, I
He
don't want
won't die, he'll just fail a death save. 2 of them, and could die.
let me just use my regular health potion on him then.
Okay. To administer a health potion to another character is an action.
So I only
Use
have
your
a bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I thought
this is
about
not like a-
doing something cool and saying like you roll, and if you roll badly, he dies. But nah, you've used your action. He's not dead. He still has 3 turns before he actually dies.
Yeah.
And he might pick himself up. You don't know. But
Yep.
uh,
All right. Well, nothing else I can do then. I'm just gonna stand here and look at the big ugly fucking thing.
okay, that will bring it to Scarfin's turn.
I'm gonna attack it. Do I still get the flanking?
You get flanking on your first attack.
Alright,
But
flanking. I'm gonna do my cutlass with flanking.
That hits.
And then the
And then-
hammer.
24 hits. Both roll damage.
Boom.
Are you about to get sacked on, bro?
Yeah, you're about to get asked.
You do get sneak attack, so roll a d6.
Ah. Oh, that's right. I should not.
Let me
do
rephrase that. I'm about to get acid sprayed.
No, because these are sacks, and as he sticks his sword in, it creates a spray in the direction where the sword went in.
Well, I'm
Okay.
piercing also. Well,
Yeah.
Piercing. So I have to
Popping those
actually have to pop. I have to stick it in one to pop it.
But you're
Yeah.
sticking it balls deep right in there, bro.
Yeah, like, you just did 24 points of damage.
Nice.
Like,
To myself?
no, you did that much to the creature. You
Okay.
take 14 points of acid damage.
That's fine.
And I need everyone around to roll a dex save. Pepar, you automatically fail this because you were unconscious.
I can still dodge it.
Dex save.
Okay.
I roll a deck save
Nope,
at
that was a
triple
con
disadvantage. I have to roll
Sec.
4 dice and choose the worst one.
Coming back with a dex save.
Right.
Goddamn fingers, man. Let's use the zoom this time. You guys don't know how tricky it is playing this on the tablet. There it is.
In real life, you just failed the deck save on the tablet.
Yeah, that was a real life dex save.
Okay. Scarfina still needs your dex.
Oh, sorry.
All the time watching
I'll
me
be
struggle.
fine.
Okay. Avon, as the creature collapses and the weight of it starts hitting the sacks as they all crash into the floor, the sacks start rupturing and spraying acid around. Most of you get out of the way. So, Avon and Scarfin, you only take 4 points of acid damage. Kamal, you take 8 points. Pepar, you fail a death save as acid is sprayed on you because you could not get out of the way.
All right, I'm gonna use my stone's endurance.
Yup.
D12, 2,
Plus your con.
which is
3.
3.
Alright.
All right, so I die. I don't take none of that damage.
Yep, as the acid sprays out, you just harden your skin. Channel that giant blood. Sprays on. You're fine. Brush it off. Alright. But the creature does die.
Yay.
And as the acid spreads out and starts actually eating into the floor.
I did something
Okay.
bad.
We're gonna hold initiative because Pepar is still down. And he needs to make a death save. Don't roll a 1.
Please.
Okay. So you've got 1 failed death save, 1 succeeded death save, and that will bring it to Avon's turn.
How can I get him up?
You can use a medkit. Outside of combat, you can use a full round action, that is your action, your bonus action, and your movement, to use the medkit.
Okay, I want to do that.
But Pepar's got the med kit.
Just gonna take it off of.
Take it from him?
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's an option to interact. That one's free.
All right. Cool. Excellent.
All right, taking it, using it.
Okay.
One less charge on the med kit.
Can we all
Yeah.
heal ourselves with it real quick?
Yes, everyone can heal themselves with the medkit. This one is a D4 plus 8 plus your character level. for healing. In Pepar, you get the full benefit of that.
D4 plus 8 plus your character level.
Yes. And as you're going through it, anyone who's seen a normal medkit notices that while you can easily tell what all the ingredients in this are, like this is a tourniquet, this is a poultice, this is designed to stop bleeding, this isn't the normal things you'd find in the medkit, or it's not the normal variants. These are all specially made for this medkit. Wow.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I want to re-inspire everybody. Great fight.
We did wonderfully, guys! We only got minorly acided in the face.
Boom.
Excellent.
Plus 4 temporary health points, everyone.
Well, boom, back
Pepar,
up.
you were super cool. You totally killed it when you got sprayed in the face with acid.
Oh, it did. I got the finishing blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Roll a deception.
Yes.
Pepar, roll insight. Everyone else roll deceptions.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say fucking Pepar fully believes he got the killing blow, and you are super pumped. Take 2 extra temporary hit points. So you have 6 temporary.
Oh, I beat you guys so hard. And I go grab my axe that I threw, and I dance. My bar's pretty much breakdancing now. You wanna dance this time?
Alright. The body of the large creature, as the acid eats away at the actual flesh itself, proceeds to disintegrate and dissipate into the ground into just this wash of mush and decay over by the door. And other than that, you're just in this room. The tables all around you are full of random accoutrements. There are boxes everywhere, and with things being placed in, it's pretty clear that they were moving in a hurry.
Oh, no,
As-
for anything valuable.
Roll an investigation check.
Boom. They gotta have something. I know they have something.
And then grab Scarfin's dagger, give it back to him.
Thank you, Matthew.
Pedlar's doing the courier thing. Okay.
I appreciate actually going through the motions to pick it up.
Yeah. Alright.
Kind of
We're
want to
gonna
know
put-
what these potions, what all this shit is, all this liquid.
Okay. So, as it breaks down, we have Kamal and Pepar looking at Chain Dude, Avon looking at Potion, and Scarfin just giving a good once over.
Yep.
Okay. Most of what's left in this room, Scarfin, is just random bits and baubles. Buckets, cups. There's a trumpet there. You have no idea why.
Trumpet. I wanna
But
take
a
it.
lot of the actual boxes are empty. And as you look around, you can see spots on the ground where there were more boxes, but they have been pushed out and scraped out. As if you guys arrived after they'd already moved out a good portion of what was in this room. Like you caught them at the ending stages of them moving out.
Gotcha.
Just missed the rest of the shit.
And all
Just
along
missed
this
the
wall, next to where this guy was chained up, are other manacle sets hanging into the wall, where they've been like embedded into the wall, but there aren't people in those manacles.
Can I examine this guy further and see if he's like alive or.
Oh no, he's dead.
Oh,
He's-
wow. I thought he should be useful all this time.
All right. Well.
I'm no longer interested in that. Oh, get off me.
He's dead, and is on his. Do you investigate the body, or do you just like, well, he's dead, and we're done?
Oh,
Yeah, investigate his body there, Scarfin.
I have terrible investigation. Does anyone have anything better than me? Or -1?
Alright, I'll try it.
We should all do it.
All right.
I'll give you the old investigation. I got a +1.
He's dead.
Sorry, I was sending a
End of
text.
story.
a dead person. I don't know what you want me to say.
Does he have any money on him?
Go over here.
Okay, Scarfin, no, he doesn't. Scarfin, you do. It's pretty easy, though everyone else seems more or less just interested in trying to get words out of the corpse. He does have the same black X's between the webbings of his fingers, and the F tattooed onto his neck.
He's got
It looks like he's been here for a couple days, but the body's only recently died.
we should burn it.
I already have a fireball lit, and I throw it immediately as he's finished saying it. And I walk back to the potions.
It catches. It's not great. It's not burning quickly. The body hasn't dried out yet, therefore it hasn't reached like kindling stage. So
Kindling stage.
it's kind of like roasting.
It's like crackling.
Yeah.
Does anyone
All
have
right.
a cannibal perk?
All right, let's search the room for
I don't
any
think you
clues.
need
real
perk,
quick,
dude. I
see-
think you
see
just
if we
say,
can
I
find
eat the
anything
person.
about-
Okay. As you're going through the room, we're gonna go to Avon because we've been putting him off and he's been wanting the potion.
Hey!
Most of the shelf is empty, and once again, you can see where there are clear gaps for where things used to be, but are no longer there. There are 4 vials on the actual shelf still.
Filled vials?
Yes,
They're
they are
filled?
filled. One is very clearly a healing potion, and it's actually got a maker's mark for, it's a sigil of Valrock, and then the actual maker's mark isn't known to you, but it's from a potion shop based in Valrock. So this would actually be a proper healing.
Okay. So I'm going to take that healing potion.
Okay.
And
And
do I
then
have
the
to
other-
investigate the other ones to know what they are?
Yeah, these are not known potions. So you would have to. Are you proficient in alchemy?
Oh.
Nope. We're not. Nobody's proficient in the alchemy toolkit.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No.
Oh, it's just beer related.
Nope. These are not alcohol. These are potions. But other than drinking one or having an alchemist look at it, you would not be able to identify what the potions actually do.
You guys want me to drink it?
I dare ya. I double dog dare ya.
Oh, so Eric's
Two
gonna
of
get it
them-
again.
If you
Great.
give me 1 gold, I'll drink it right now.
Two of them are blue. One of them is green.
Blue is the best flavor. You know that.
I could sample the blue one, and then you get to know what the other one does, and you can decide if you want it.
Yeah. I'll give him a gold to drink it.
The green one does match the mystery vials that you have
Fuck the green one.
that only Pepar drink.
Alright,
Feels good.
yeah. If you want to, here's a blue man.
Alright, I'm taking a sip of the Blue Man Group for the Blue Man Group, and I'm stealing a gold from Scarfin by getting betted for it.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Okay, so you're drinking the blue one?
Oh yeah.
Roll a con save.
Oh yeah. Totally worth 1 gold. Totally
It's
worth
Windex. You die. Turn into
Pepper.
a
You
I
take
want to be dead.
9 points of damage. As you down the potion, you feel a surging in your gut as whatever you just drank forces its way back up. But this isn't just the normal uncomfort of vomiting. As you actually feel heat, as you try to swallow it back down, it actually ignites in your throat and you take scorching and burns as you belch fire. And you spew fire out of your mouth from drinking this potion.
Use the health kit.
He can't use the medkit, he just used it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you figured out what happens when you drink a potion of Dragon's Breath without knowing what it does.
Just imagining there's like a ball of flame that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah,
into the
no,
room.
he just like,
It's like a flash, and you see everyone's face just go ah, but mine's just happy. Like, ah!
it's like everyone is fire.
Alright, I guess that's it.
I don't feel special anymore.
Go to Avon.
Okay, so that
was
means
my
you
thing.
have 2 potions of the Gorgon and 1 potion of Dragon Breath.
Alright, Avon, you should definitely take this dragon breath. I think you could handle breathing fire.
Oh, I already have one. I'm holding on to one.
Pepar, if you want to take my defunct healing potion to heal, perhaps.
I'll take a sip of that.
Yeah, you can take it.
I will say this, Pepar, having gone through this, because initially speaking, it forced its way out and you felt like you wanted to vomit, but it didn't actually start hurting you until you tried to stop yourself from vomiting. So you imagine if you drank it and then immediately started breathing fire, you think you could probably do it without hurting yourself.
It'd be pretty
Probably.
cool.
Maybe.
What's the defunct one? A D4 or a D6?
It's a D6.
There you go.
Oh.
We'll
So
take
what
that
happens
six
now
right
is
back, I
I get
guess.
6 health. I
So,
thought about
okay, I lost all my temporary hit points, but I took some health back after that.
yeah.
Oh.
Overall, I'm feeling pretty neutral about everything.
Okay. All right. So off of the shelf rack, you got a potion of the Gorgon. You used 1 potion of the Dragon Breath, so you have a potion of Dragon Breath and 1 regular healing potion. Scarfin, as you and everyone else is just searching the rest of the room.
Yeah. Now that I'm recovered and feeling a little hydrated.
Yeah. Sadly speaking, you guys didn't get here fast enough for all of these boxes and crates and barrels to actually be here. There's only a sparse few left. And the ones that are here mostly are full of food. Where there's like you open one and there's actually prepackaged things where there's a lump of bread, maybe a carrot, and then a flask of water, just more than a mouthful. The crate itself is halfway through. It's not enough to be considered a ration, but Scarfin, you've been in the bin, and this is kind of what they feed prisoners just to keep them alive for their trials. What was the highest investigation?
I had a 15. I think.
Okay. Is anyone rolling the bodies? Well, the body, as there was only actually one that didn't get burned in fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, roll me an investigation check. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
You go through the one witch's clothing. 2 things come out. 1, on the inside of her collar is a pin that has a crest of a skewered fish. You wouldn't actually know what this is. I don't think. Well, roll a history.
I could do that. Boom.
Okay, you know exactly what this is. This is a sigil that basically if this person walked up to a certain noble's house, this noble being Fortune, and showed this pin, they would be allowed access to his house. The guards would let them through the gate, they'd be taken into the house and put in a sitting room to await the master. And they wouldn't have to go through the normal bells and whistles.
Oh shit, guys. Look at this.
And generally speaking, these are, you would know, these are, nobody really asks where you got it from, because most of the time, if you have one, you're someone that the master doesn't want to openly associate with, but you are an associate.
I got a pin that basically says, I'm a made man. So, I guess we have a way in.
At least you do.
Can I have them come in with as my invited guest?
It's gonna be up to you when you try to talk us in.
Yeah, I can do that. I got performance.
You don't know, it would vary from house to house. Basically, what this pin basically says, hey, I'm allowed to be here, but each house would have their own policy on what the person with the pin is allowed to do.
I thought,
This is not an official mandate. This is a token that says to the servants to leave you alone, that you are a guest to the master.
okay.
How about where's the pin? Garfin, you're the slave, and we're his bodyguards. They'll buy that.
Oh, performance. Oh, yeah, look at that. I'm a slave.
Okay. Kamal
Yes, sir.
and Avon, roll Arcana checks.
Do-do-do.
Kamal, you can roll this one at advantage because you are actually a warlock. Alright. 17. Avon, you're super excited about the fire, and to be fair, this is more just like an underlying feeling, and you just dismiss it out of hand. Kamal, you do sense something here. That little spike in the back of your head that's been ignoring you all day, it's still kind of ignoring you. It's not reaching its will out into your mind, but it is paying attention here, and it's interested in something. And your eyes are drawn to a large bucket with seemingly mundane drawings on it. Like there's a half moon, there's a quarter moon, there's a picture of a mountain range. 17's not high enough for you to discern what this bucket does, but you do know that your patron is interested.
Well, if you notice, I'm in the bucket, so I was planning on actually jumping in the bucket and being.
Oh,
like,
you're
"Hey,
jumping
guys."
in the bucket. Okay, roll a charisma save, please.
All right. Well, charisma save.
Avon, I do not suggest
trying
that.
to take over your brain, boy.
Yeah, it's water, man, too.
Where the fuck is? There it is.
Avon, mistakes have been made.
You know the avatar of our new villain?
Alright. Avon, as you actually go into the bucket, and just around the bottom is a very small layer of water, and as you step into it, you smell brine. Just like, not loud, or it's not pungent enough to be like close to the shoals, but as you actually get inside of it, you could draw a conclusion that this is salt water. But as you actually put your feet into it, your mind locks up, your eyes glaze over, and you collapse as you are hammered from all sides by a shrieking, squealing voices, and you drop to 0 health.
Jesus Christ.
You are unconscious.
Get that man out of there.
Slice the bucket open.
I reach in and yank him out.
Easy enough, you're a Goliath, you can lift just about anything. As you come out, you regain 5 health. As whatever effect of the water on, it still drains you heavily, but it didn't outright kill you, and you do regain some of your strength. But
This bucket is an evil thing, my friends.
I'm the one
Avon, make an Arcana check at advantage.
Okay, now I have advantage since I've been in it. Or I was completely oblivious and I just ran right into it.
Yeah.
Like, woo! Jump in.
No, still don't know shit.
You're not sure what the bucket is,
I don't know what the
But
fuck
you-
that is.
but you can draw some conclusions. You are Vistani. The otherworldly forces in the world are not unknown to you. You might not fully understand them, but you can draw some conclusions. For instance, if Scarfin had jumped in the bucket, he would have come out not knowing anything. But you've experienced them. You know what it's like when something's trying to reach out and force you to do things, or it's trying to move you against your will. And it does remind you of the old story, where while you were in the bucket, you can't really piece together everything that happened, or everything that happened while you were in that dream state. But you do catch glimpses, thinking back, of distorted figures, faces that warp and shape, giant eyes that stare at you as you travel around and see things. Not sure what to make of it. You did only get a 10, and this is not your area of expertise. But
Wonder if
being
this bucket
inside
is
that
connected.
being inside that bucket, it connected you to something else. And that something else saw you.
Well, in that bucket. Thought I was just drinking water.
Alright.
Guys, I don't know. This may be connected to that sapphire stone.
I was thinking the same thing, Kamal.
Can we break the bucket?
I feel like.
Oh,
our
wait.
best-
Before we do that, and you said there was empty vials over there?
Yes.
Let's try to bring all the liquid back to the voodoo doctor.
Well, not all of it. Some
Let's
of
try to
it.
bring some of the liquid back. To the
And I
voodoo
also
doctor.
do not suggest we break this thing because fucking. I don't know what. I don't know if we should just right away break it.
How would you guys feel about draining it into this grate in the center of the room?
If there's any way to collect it, I like it.
We collect
This
what we
could
can.
be a fucking portal, and then doing this would just deactivate it.
Well, yeah,
Or
we
it
def-
could
we
release
definitely-
what
Where you
the
would be
fuck's
turning the
inside of it.
entire ocean and wherever this grate goes to into an abyssal fucking monster mash.
Can I call? Can
Yeah.
I do another Arcana check to call upon my fiend to see if he can assist us in deactivating whatever this connection is to another deity?
You want to phone a friend?
Yep.
Okay. Roll at advantage. You can still feel as it's trying not to talk to you, but it's like when you're arguing with a friend and they're across the room and you know that they're looking at you but they're not saying anything. Arcana, I like it. As you circle the bucket, you notice that inside the actual patterns on the outside of the bucket, there is a flow to them in a rhythm, and you start picking out magical symbols. And you think maybe, if you put a slash through this symbol right here, it'll deactivate, or how do I put this? It's not the water inside the bucket itself, that is the connection. The water is a catalyst, and the bucket itself is what's making the connection.
So
You
I
think if you
I've
change a
messed up
couple
the
of symbols,
script there.
yeah, if you change a couple of the symbols, it will deactivate whatever it is connecting the bucket to this other being.
That's what we're doing, boys.
We
Okay.
should make note of what the symbols are, though, in the what area or which way they are. Can we possibly reproduce them in the future?
Yeah. Somebody grab one of these pieces of paper here. There's some junk around here, and let's record this down real quick before I
Well, what you can do
deactivate it.
are the symbols indented in, or are they just?
They are actually scoured into the iron rings around the bucket, and then
Okay,
there's
so all we would
carved
have
from
to
the wood.
do is take a piece of paper and like charcoal
Mm-hmm.
and just rub it on the paper, and it will come through, just like people
Yeah.
do with like gravestones.
Yep,
I have,
etching.
I have,
etching.
I have a tinderbox.
Yep.
All right.
All right, let's do
Okay.
that. Let's do that also. Grab one of these vials. Let's fill up just a little bit of this liquid. I understand that that afterwards this will be deactivated. The liquid probably won't mean anything, but it will be a memento we can bring back to the voodoo doctor to let him know that we've deactivated this portal.
And if all
Yes.
else fails, Pepar can drink it.
Drink the portal into the netherworld. I don't.
Okay. All right. So we have an ash sketch, or we have an ash etching of the symbols on the bucket, along with a vial of the brine.
Then I will destroy the runes.
All right. You're going to scour the runes and cut the connection.
Indeed.
All right. The water in the bucket, as you scour through the runes, hisses and roils and boils out immediately and evaporates, leaving a layer of salt on the bottom. What you have in the vial is safe and doesn't change, but whatever was left in the bucket immediately evaporates as you actually slash through the runes. But other than that, the bucket doesn't change.
Excellent.
I put the vial in my excellent pouch.
Okay.
I'm tempted to jump in the bucket again.
Stay out of that fucking bucket. And you stay out of the bucket.
Oh, it's fine, I guess.
Have
because
part
the
to drink
syllables are gone.
anything.
Oven is hot. Don't touch.
Okay. Okay. Other than that, like I said, you didn't get here in time to catch the room when it had the bulk of its stuff. You've picked through the remains of the carcass, but pretty much anything of inherent value would likely have been moved out first, other than the corpse there.
I want to relay on fire.
You do make note of, with Scarfin's 15 investigation, the other manacles, there is signs that they were used recently. Just like a sweat stains on the wall, or where the dirt has been moved by someone sitting and shifting. There were more people down here at one point. But they are no longer here.
Gotcha.
Lifted.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, there's nothing else in the room that really draws your attention.
Mama, what's her name's not gonna like this.
Mama Yaba?
Mama Yaba. Yeah. It's a good thing I made that joke about buying underage girls.
So I can say Carlos is gonna like this because we can say we found the place where they were holding her people and we fucking killed everyone in here.
Yeah.
It's true enough. Yep.
Everyone's dead.
Okay. So, what do? Do you make your way out of the sewer, or do you
I think
proceed
we do.
for it? Okay.
I don't think there's anything else.
Alright. It's a little early, about 10 minutes so, but this seems like a good opportunity as you make your way out of the sewer and you push up through into the night air. Most of the crowd of miscreants and urchins has dissipated, though there are a few people still looking around to see if you come out of the sewer. And you do, looking battered and a little worse for the wear, but you do make your way out of the sewers into the night air. And that is where we're going to bring today's episode to a close.
Feel good about that one, guys. We completed
Yeah,
our
feel really
mission for
good.
Carlos. We did the thing for the witch doctor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You killed the giant thing.
Killed the giant thing.
Excelsior.
Okay.
As is
I will,
tradition.
Pepper
I will
died. and then
tabulate
came back.
XPs and get them out to you.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not up to date on what my XP is currently. Like, I don't even know what level I'm at.
Okay, you are level
And your
2.
experience is 157.
Okay, so I am still level 2. Alright, so that's good. I've been
Yeah.
accurate with that.
Are we at 157 XP?
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
at 134.
Okay, I'll just write that in.
Alright, before we go, I need somebody to roll me a d50, please.
Who wants to do it?
50.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is a D50?
Just hit /roll 1d50.
Who wants to do it?
I tried. It didn't work. I fucked it up somehow.
Fine.
Okay. 22. Thank you much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Zinch. Alright, oh yeah. The way Zinch does it is, it is... Alright, actually, Mike, you can explain it.
Okay, so I call it Zinch's Will, but it's basically session XP. Basically, if you come into a session and you guys don't do anything, you spend 3 hours bullshitting in the inn tavern, you still showed up this session and you still get XP, and I call that XP Zinch's Will. I roll 1d50. If it lands on 1, you get 1 XP. If it lands on 50, you get 50 free XP just for showing up to the session.
There you go.
So like we rolled 1d50 and it came up 22. For showing up to the session, you guys get 22 XP, and then whatever you guys actually accomplish in the session.
Okay.
2.
I think we just have 130,
Yeah,
Oh, I
it
have
should only be
134,
134.
134 XP.
Oh, we're at 156, so you were close. I don't know
So
how you
we're-
could have known that ahead of time.
We were at 134 then.
Yeah,
We're at 134, but now we're getting 22 on top of that for a grand total of 156, which is very close to what you said.
yeah, and then I will tabulate the rest of the XP you got for the fight, for actually going in here, and you did accomplish technically 3 tasks, though you haven't carried
turned
any
them
of them
in.
through to completion, or like you haven't turned them in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just point of housekeeping: the witches and the robes of the bruisers that were on the ground do match the ones of the 2 individuals you fought in the warehouse. And then this is the deal that Carlos sent you to deal with, and Karos to deal with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
All right.
All right,
I will
guys.
talk to you all gentlemen later. I will tabulate your XPs and get it out to you.
Sounds good, man.
Have a good one.
Hey.
Have a
Care
good
now.
one, guys.
Thank you.
Later.
Alright, ending stream.